This episode is brought to you by Kia's first 3-row all-electric SUV, the Kia EV9, with available all-wheel drive and seating for up to 7 adults, with a 0 to 60 speed that thrills you 1 minute and available reclining lounge seats that unwind you the next. Visit kia.com/EV9 to learn more. Ask your Kia dealer for availability. No system, no matter how advanced, can compensate for all driver error and or driving conditions. Always drive safely.
Listen to the 48 Hours podcast for shocking murder cases and compelling real-life dramas from one of television's most watched true crime shows. Go behind the scenes of each episode with award-winning CBS News correspondents and producers in Postmortem, a weekly deep dive. Listen to 48 Hours wherever you get your podcasts.
Sounds like an honest possibility.
I don't know, Zach.
Ask me.
I don't know, Zach.
Let's jump into it.
Is this not jumping into it?
Oh, he wants us to jump into the cold open. Like it's a mountain spring. Let's take a plunge.
You guys ever done the polar bear challenge, skinny dip in the freezing cold body of water, something like that?
Didn't know it's called the polar bear challenge.
Yeah.
Sounds like some absolute white people shit.
Yeah, well, polar bears are white.
White people. Ooh.
Oh, spice.
White people.
Spiky.
White people.
Yeah, there you go. Now you can yell as loud as you want.
White people.
I've seen non-whites do this.
Non-whites?
Yeah.
Non-whites. Sean Whites. What kind of non-white?
Oh, God.
Good Lord, what is wrong with your microphone? You're all over the place.
Non-whites. What kind of non-whites? What kind of non-whites?
Someone who is African-American.
Bullshit.
Someone who is Mexican.
He's calling bullshit.
I don't know what to tell you. I jumped into a lake in not the dead of winter, but it was pretty damn cold. I want to say it was like Octoberish, maybe early November, with an African-American.
Are you saying you purified yourself in the waters of Lake Minnetonka?
It was like Tahoe, but yeah, like it was up there.
Damn. I was hoping it was Minnesota.
No. It's too cold there.
That would have made that reference really good.
Yeah, it gets pretty cold in Tahoe. The site of what's it fucks? Smoking Aces. Yeah.
Also known as Spaghetti Lasagna and the What's It Fucks.
That was the working title.
The What's It Fucks?
That's the name of Chris Pine and his brothers. The What's It Fucks.
So you never would do that, I mean.
No, I don't want to die of hypothermia. No.
But you don't die of hypothermia. You get right back out. It's not like you're taking a swim in there. You just dive in and then you get out.
For what?
I don't know, just see if you can do it. You never just done something to see if you can do it?
No, everything I do is either because it gets me paid, it gets me fed, or it gets me fucked. I don't know.
Why did I feel like, why'd you say that with a PH? That was a hard PH there, and I don't know why.
You don't do anything else? So people could pay you in food but not money and you'll do it?
You play Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah.
What does that get you?
If you have to ask, you can't afford it.
I've been playing this shit wrong the whole time.
Your picks have been horrible, man.
It's the point. It's the point of the show.
Isn't it?
Isn't it? It's possible. I don't understand what this podcast is about.
Poppycock. It's a fuck house. On a weekly basis, we are consuming more concentrated bad movies than probably anybody in the history of mankind.
Poppycock. What story? What story? What are you talking about?
Do you want lunch?
I have yet to laugh in this movie. I'll just tell you that.
You picked it, motherfucker. Just remember that.
You know the problem with Hollywood is? They make shit. Unbelievable, unremarkable shit.
I was legitimately offended.
You were offended?
I was offended.
I didn't know you could get offended.
I was offended.
This did it.
If I were gay, I wouldn't be offended.
They're fucking making shit up, I mean.
Inconsequential detail after inconsequential detail after inconsequential detail.
Bees don't lie.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm holding a mic in my hands and now I'm talking all alone.
Welcome to Cinephobe, the podcast. We break down the movies you're afraid to admit you love. I'm Zach Harper. That's Amin Hassan. That's Anthony Mayes. Patreon.com/countthedings. Guys, We got a lot of extra content on there. We got extra golden dumpsters, extra ass on, ass off, Cinefeud, holiday-specific shows. You can sign up and be a part of the playback watch-alongs for the Rewatchingtons. We just did Battlefield Earth. You can get access to the replays of those.
Yeah, you can get in there and you can watch the Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter or the Battlefield Earth edition. They're both in the Discord.
Patreon.com/countthedings. If you have a review it. 5 stars. It better be 5 stars. Don't care what you say. And it better be 5,000 of them.
You can say the most ignorant, despicable stuff, but just give us 5 stars.
We don't care.
We're whores like that. Just spit in our mouths and tell us that we ain't shit.
Go take a friend's phone. Go take a significant other's phone and do it on there too. What do they care?
You don't.
They shouldn't fight you on that.
Nobody cares.
If you have a submission, submit it. Just a reminder, it needs to be 40% or lower on the Rotten Tomatoes audience or critic score.
This dude presented it. It was like 58% on Rotten Tomatoes.
That's a tough one. Come on, man. Like that's.
He's like, have you guys done this on Cinephobe? And I looked it up. I was like, dude, have you listened to Cinephobe at least once?
I do like the idea of just like, I'm just going to skip through this intro. Let me get to the cast.
To be honest, I don't blame him.
One review from eMoney913. We need a license to drive episode ASAP. Could be for the Corey's month or maybe 80s month. Hilarious pod. Amin's new instruments are killing me. LOL. Keep up the great work.
Thanks.
License to Drive. Spoiler alert. File. I fucking love that movie. I've watched that movie so many times in my life.
Heather Graham's character name is
Mercedes.
Mercedes Lane.
Oh my God.
Come on, man.
Drive down that lane.
Heather Graham, I think like she's okay.
Oh, out of your mind. I just watched Boogie Nights the other day.
Boogie Nights.
Fantastic. Not that Boogie Nights.
Come with Kid Come.
April is Nick Cage month 2.0.
Well, good evening, Nick. You're looking very well tonight.
Oh, that's very kind of you, Nick. You look great, too.
Guys, I'm gonna jump in here. How is this possible? I'm looking at 2 identical Nick Cages.
Well, Seth, I can explain if you just calm down!
I'm calm.
Okay, as everyone knows, my dream as an actor is to appear in every film ever released. However, until now, I've only been able to muster a measly 90%, bringing shame upon my dojo.
Sure, of course.
But fortunately, today, science has prevailed, and I'm proud to announce that my cloning experiment has finally come to fruition.
I'm sorry, cloning experiment?
Well, that's exactly right, Seth. I am his clone.
With the upcoming release, April 22nd, of The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, it has put us back in the cage. That's right. Nick Cage month 2.0. With the first pick, I've given us the lowest rated movie we've ever done.
Yeah.
The 2014 action fantasy sci-fi Left Behind.
I had apocalyptic thriller, and this is the lowest audience score by a significant amount.
Significant, right?
What was the previous title holder for lowest audience score?
11% Gallowalkers.
It's a real life spit take.
No, I can't help but feel a little responsible here.
Oh, an honest responsibility.
But yes, the lowest rated one in Cinephobe history.
In case you're wondering, the critic score is 0%. Like, just in case we glossed over that part.
Spoiler alert.
That's what we should do. New column where you combine the percentages.
I have the spread column. I have the difference, but we could do a combined column.
Yeah.
I like that idea. Nothing's going to beat Left Behind. Left Behind stars Nicolas Cage, which ties him with Norman Howell for the most Cinephobe appearances in podcast history at 12.
Fitting.
Yeah, this is the only reason we're doing Nick Cage 2.0 is because you also introduced Norman Howell into the mix, and then it wasn't feeling right to you to have
It didn't feel right at all.
Nick Cage below Norman Howell.
The two of them are in the 10 Timers Club with John Travolta.
I give it a 10.
I give it an A.
They're the only two Cinephobe appearances that have made the Dozens Club.
I am made so happy by old references.
We know. That's all you do on here.
I do enjoy it, man. I feel like it makes our house a home, you know?
Every once in a while, Mayes will drop in a clip from movie that we've done in the past that I had forgotten about, and it just tickles me.
Mailbog! It's Goblin spelled backwards! This is their kingdom!
I was just listening to the Watcher episode. There are 2 drops in there. One I knew was coming because we called for it, which was that idea sucks, this sucks, the movie sucks.
Yeah.
But it made me happy because I was like, yes, we've done this movie twice on this podcast, and yet this clip lives on. But then the other thing was that we made a Will Smith reference just by accident.
Yeah.
We've made Will Smith references in the last 3 episodes.
Were we too soon?
We were too soon.
Speaking of being too soon, Ezra Miller got arrested at a karaoke bar.
What?
In Hawaii.
Who?
The Flash.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow.
He was too soon.
Oh, man. What'd he do?
He sang Purple Rain.
People were singing Shallow from The New Star is Born, and he didn't like it.
Good for him. Fighting back.
You know what? I didn't see that being why he got arrested. I thought it was going to be because he sang Straight Outta Compton and didn't edit himself in any ways whatsoever.
You may remember Nick from previous episodes of Next, Knowing, Wicker Man, Primal, Ghost Rider, Mom and Dad, Jiu-Jitsu, Snake Eyes, Kiss of Death, Gone in 60 Seconds, and Ghost Rider Spirit of Vengeance. In this movie, he plays Rayford Steele.
Sure does.
At the time, Cage had The Frozen Ground, The Croods, and Joe.
That's Captain Rayford Steele. Thank you very much.
In 2013, this movie, Rage, Outcast, and Dying of the Light in 2014, and then The Runner and Pay the Ghost in 2015.
Pay the Ghost?
You better pay the Ghost.
The Ghost Rider.
You don't. You pay the price.
That's in his Ghost Rider, is that he needs to get paid.
Gotta get out of that IRS debt. Chad Michael Murray from One Tree Hill is in this. He was in Tony Medley's favorite comedy, Freaky Friday.
Yeah, he was.
Future Cinephobe House of Wax and A Medea Christmas.
And that's a rock commercial that inspired Takers.
Oh, that's right. So really, he's a repeat offender if we think about it. If Coolio gets to be a fucking repeat offender, then he gets this too. All right. We also get Cassie Thompson from Cop Dog and Big Love.
Not a good sign that this movie is the #1 hit on her IMDb.
Tough one. Nikki Whalen, a repeat offender from Hall Pass.
I wish I knew how to quit you.
Jordan Sparks Thomas from Sparkle, American Idol, and the Ride Along 2 soundtrack.
Yeah, season 6 champion of American Idol.
And the daughter of Philippi Sparks, former NFL DB, right?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yep.
How about that? Leah Thompson from Back to the Future, Back to the Future 2, Back to the Future 3, The Beverly Hillbillies, Caroline in the City, and a repeat offender from Howard the Duck.
Oh, Howard.
I wish I knew how to quit you.
Gary Grubbs from JFK, Bad Lieutenant Port of Call New Orleans, Battleship, and the X-Files movie. Quentin Aaron from The Blind Side. Martin Kleba from Corky Romano, Death to Smoochie, Cradle to the Grave, Clown Motel, Spirits Arise. And he's a repeat offender from How High and Movie 43.
I wish I knew how to quit you.
He's also in the Pirates of the Caribbean.
Han Soto, who Amin thought was Han Solo from Future Cinephobe Grudge Match.
I really did.
Alec Ramey from Roadhouse 2 Last Call. Lance E. Nichols, repeat offender from Snake Eyes.
I wish I knew how to quit you.
Lolo Jones from the Olympics.
Yep.
Where was Lolo Jones in this movie?
Oh, we'll get to her. We'll get to her.
Luis Da Silva Jr. from Miami Heat. Not those Miami Heat. And a repeat offender from I Am Wrath and Poison Rose.
And Gotti and The Fanatic.
I wish I knew how to quit you.
He is Charlie Fly from I Am Wrath.
This movie was directed by Vic Armstrong.
Of course.
The Joshua Tree and Sunday Horse. Also played a German soldier in 2 different Indiana Jones movies and was in Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. He's also a repeat offender.
I wish I knew how to quit you.
Stunt coordinator on Double Impact.
So he is a stuntman. He was Christopher Reeve's stunt double in Superman 1 and 2. And then he was Harrison Ford's stunt double in Raiders of the Lost Ark, Return of the Jedi, Last Crusade, Witness, Mosquito Coast, Frantic, Working Girl, Blade Runner. You get it. He's Harrison Ford's go-to guy.
Stunt double in Working Girl?
Yeah.
What?
All Harrison Ford does in that movie is pace around an apartment.
He hurt his feet or something. I don't know.
They needed a stunt double. There's a whole bunch of stuff on him. Apparently, he looked so much like Harrison Ford that Harrison Ford said to him, "If you learn to talk, I'm in deep trouble."
They kind of look similar early on. Amin will especially think they look similar, but even to the unracist eye.
Not Harrison Ford, though. Like, that's my guy.
I'm looking at this picture. Like, he looks pretty similar.
Who was he in this movie?
He directed it.
He's the director.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
4 writing credits here for Left Behind. Paul Lalonde and John Paytas for the screenplay.
When he was younger, he did look.
Yeah, he does, right?
As he gets older, not so much, but good job, Vic.
Tim LaHaye and Jerry B. Jenkins for the novel.
Jerry B. Jenkins. More on him in the trivia, by the way. Oh, my God.
Lalonde known for Revelation, Tribulation, Judgment, Deceived, Left Behind 2, Tribulation Force, Left Behind 3, World at War, and there's post-production of Left Behind, Rise of the Antichrist. Paid us same stuff, including the Apostle Peter, Redemption.
Yeah, it should be pointed out that all those movies starred Kirk Cameron.
I really was hoping he'd make a guest appearance in this one, a little cameo, but no such luck.
And Left Behind, Rise of the Antichrist, which is currently in production, is going to be directed by Kevin Sorbo.
Wow, that MAGA piece of shit.
Hercules!
Oh my God. Synopsis for Left Behind. A small group of survivors are left behind after millions of people suddenly vanish and the world is plunged into chaos and destruction. They said it. Tagline, some were saved and some were ... I'm guessing Left Behind.
Oh, I get it. How about that? It wasn't Left Behind a movie about like some animals that were like their owners moved?
You're thinking of The Secret Life of Pets.
No. It's not an animated movie. It's one of those movies where like the animals talk, but like they're actual dogs and whatever. And it's like their family moves.
Marley and Me?
Cross country.
Are you thinking of Homeward Bound right now?
Oh, it's Homeward Bound, yeah.
Not even close. I mean, they have some of the same letters, but my God.
I mean, it's a more apt description of a title.
No, I think it is. These people were truly left behind.
Yeah.
Yo, honestly, I did not know what this movie was about at all until the twist.
Wasn't Left Behind the story of a kid fighting some robbers at his house during Christmas?
I mean, he was left behind.
Isn't Left Behind that story of Oscar Schindler trying to help Jewish people?
We haven't done that one in a while.
2 episodes. We haven't mentioned Schindler's List in 2 episodes. Alternative tagline here. The end of the world has only just begun.
You've only just begun.
That is anticipating the sequels, which...
Oh man, after the end of this movie, I'm anticipating a sequel.
Question. If you went back and watched Kirk Cameron Left Behind 2, do you think it would pick up where Nick Cage left behind?
That's a great question.
No, I got that in the trivia. This was a complete reboot.
Damn, so I got to watch Left Behind 1? Okay.
$16 million estimated budget. I mean, how different could it be?
It was very different because they had a budget, because of what you just mentioned right there. They had a budget. The other one was very low budget.
Grossed 14 million US, 27.4 million worldwide.
I'm so skeptical of these numbers.
100%. Although I don't know what those Christian theaters do.
Yeah, man. These movies do bank, man.
Granted, it was a much bigger movie, but think about Passion of the Christ. Remember how big that was?
But that was different. Passion of the Christ is different, not just because it's bigger, and also because he actually tried to make, even though the messaging in it was decidedly very Christian ideals or whatever.
Yeah.
He made it like a movie. He cared about the score, for instance, which is one of the things I bring up.
You don't care about the score in this one?
There's no score in this one. I mean, the score is just, it has nothing to do with the movie. They care about the cinematography, whatever. But the other thing also about Passion of the Christ was that the people who hated it made people want to watch it more.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm talking about Hallmark type movies. Greg Kinnear is always in one of these movies, right?
Oh, love Hallmark movies, man.
Not true Hallmark movies. I'm talking about like these type of Christian movies. Greg Kinnear is always in.
Yeah, he's always featuring this.
Yeah.
Before we jump into this movie and you listen to the rest of this podcast, Left Behind is available through our old friend, Pluto TV.
IMDb TV, man.
Yeah, IMDb TV on Prime.
Oh, okay.
With some ads that I thought for sure that you had seen. We'll get to that later.
Left Behind, as we mentioned earlier, 0% from the critics on 69 reviews, 2% from the audience on over 10,000 ratings with not a lot of reviews. I mean, would you like the positive or the negative reviews?
I'm a glass of holy water half full kind of guy. Zach, give me the positives.
Hey, John, that's weird. That glass looks half full to me.
Wow. Now that you mention it, it is half full.
Blank user, 4.5 out of 5 stars. Wow. Really like this one. Can't believe all the other reviews. Give it a try. User Justin W, 2.5 out of 5 stars. Not aiming for the golden little guy so manageable expectation. Disaster only left cloths and belongings behind for. CGs is acceptable, but anyone get the divine massage? BTW, where are the underwears? Too much disconnected.
What?
Look, man, I was scraping the barrel here, okay?
Sure that wasn't Charlie K?
And then last positive review, blank user, 3 out of 5 stars. Religious fantasy about an impossibly fabricated biblical atrocity. because living is a sin and everyone should die.
I don't really think that's what it was, but okay.
Negative reviews.
Stop being a pessimist. This tank is not half full. It's half empty.
Richard Krause of Richard Krause. Cage is a practitioner of the nouveau shamanic school of acting, but here he has dialed it down, perhaps out of respect to the religious nature of the material, or perhaps he's saving the wild stuff for Con Air 2. This time it's biblical.
What does that mean, nouveau shamanic
school of acting? I have no idea.
All right, so New York Times interview with Nicolas Cage, August 2019. In the past, you've talked about your acting in terms of specific styles you developed. Nouveau shamanic and Western kabuki. Do you think about your acting that way now?
Western kabuki.
Cage. Yeah, I do. Laurence Olivier said, "What is acting but lying? And what is good lying but convincing lying?" Sounds like an honest actor right there.
That is an honest actor. Oh my God. Axe him.
I don't want to look at acting that way. Why not experiment? Western kabuki to me was, let's go all the way out.
Kabuki.
Nouveau shamanic is nothing other than trying to augment your imagination to get to the performance without feeling like you're faking it. This author, Brian Bates, wrote a book called The Way of Weird. Weird spelled W-Y-R-D. And he put forth the notion that actors hailed from the old shamans. So I was kind of making a statement about that, and I added nouveau to be fancy.
Mike Massey of Gone with the Twins. Rather than focusing primarily on the religious aspects, the film mismashes multiple genres, desperately hoping for a wider appeal. Nicholas Bell of IonCinema.com. For a film concerning the beginning of the end of times, Left Behind sure is bereft of any kind of tension. There's tension in this movie.
There is tension in this movie.
Pat Padois of Spectrum Culture.
Internet patois.
Left Behind is essentially a bad disaster movie, but I swear to God, I've seen worse movies this year and worse Nicolas Cage movies at that. I can't in good faith tell you to see it, but I'd be lying if I told you I didn't enjoy it. Sounds like a positive, actually.
Yeah.
Sister Rose Picotti of National Catholic Reporter.
Chicken Picotti.
This new film is a watered down and somewhat changed version of the earlier movie with a bigger budget and not much else. There is barely enough undercooked scriptural theology to critique in the vacuous writing and painful acting. A nun wrote that.
Really?
Sister Rose Picotti.
Oh, wow, man. That's next level.
And her avatar is a nun.
Yo, you got phobed by a nun?
A Christian movie got phobed by a nun.
That's next level.
For not being enough like the Kirk Cameron one.
We need to watch the Kirk Cameron one. Not really. Just a joke. That was a joke.
Vote for me during Christianity Month, and maybe it'll be the extra pick.
Left Behind Month.
I wouldn't mind, guys.
I'll play the video game.
Oh, more on that in a little bit. Randall Colburn of Consequence.
Cockburn?
I never thought I'd write this, but Kirk Cameron's Left Behind, flawed as it is, looks and sounds better in almost every single way.
I mean, they're really trying to sell us on it.
Now I'm curious. I gotta be honest, guys. I am real curious. Robert Levin of AM New York.
12.
My goodness. What on earth is Nicolas Cage doing in this movie?
Fuck, I messed it up. I should have 11:11. 11:11 AM New York.
Alonzo Duralde of Linoleum Knife. The first movie made from this material was all about the Antichrist taking over the UN. This one's about landing a plane.
Again, I didn't know what this movie was until midway through. And once I did, I thought, well, okay, here we go. Where's the Antichrist?
Martin Scribbs of Mixed Reviews.
MTV Scribbs.
I can't wait for Nick Cage to explain this one to God on Judgment Day.
It's a check. That's how.
Gary Goldstein of LA Times.
Do the voice. It's a Christian movie.
What voice are you talking about?
You have full latitude on this one, Zach.
From whom's authority?
Christ, our Lord and Savior.
A shoe-in to clean up at the next Razzie Awards.
By the way, Ramadan starts next week.
One of these days, I'm going to do the voice, and then Maze is going to have to supercharge the whole thing.
I like how I call Christ my Lord and Savior. But this episode will drop during Ramadan.
During Ramadan? Fantastic.
Yeah.
Liz Braun of Jam Movies. When you are following in the footsteps of Kirk Cameron, nothing good can come from that.
Oh, who knew?
Christy Lemire of RogerEbert.com.
Christy Lemire?
It should have more smoldering panic bursting into full-blown freakouts. It should have more passion, more intensity.
For relaxing times, make it Centauri time.
カットカットカットカットカット本当に分かってんなんだとぼけちゃって。これはサントリーの響きだよ。高いんだからサントリーの中で一番。もうもっと高級な気持ちでね。 日常的なお酒じゃないんだよ。
Could you do it slower?
最高な気持ちで。
More intensity.
Suntory time.
It should have more bees.
Or a trench coat full of bees flying around. Like, that would scare me. Imagine
Bees
seeing
are
that.
cool.
Bees are scary.
What about like a plague, an act of God? All the best villains in the Bible were acts of God.
A tsunami.
Yeah.
Maze, you got your nom de plume going again?
Chris Bumbray of Joe Blow Movie Network. Bargain basement evangelical stuff. Notice the devout Muslim passenger gets left behind. Belongs in a church basement, not a movie theater.
I noticed because I was confused why this white man was wearing a kufi.
Same note, too. Amy Nicholson of LA Weekly. It believes people might buy a ticket to Left Behind and not know the twist. Like someone sitting down to watch Godzilla and being shocked by the entrance of a giant lizard.
That's what happened to me. Same note, too.
And last one, Linda Barnard of Toronto Star. Score one for Satan.
Just one?
Just one.
Feels like a lot bigger than a 1-0 lead. I'll be honest with you.
It does. It really does.
I feel like Satan's got Christ on the brink of elimination.
I mean,
this is must win.
It feels like Christ had said it feels good to be in the second round for the first time.
Oh,
up 3-1 in the first round.
We're not going to do that.
Trace McGrady thing.
No, man, not going to do that to my guy Mac. That's not nice.
Amin,
take pot shot to Christ instead.
What is your first note?
Fuck, this movie's 2 hours long. Oh wait, is this a religious movie? Lorraine Baines McFly. Those are the first 3 lines of notes right there.
I reminded everybody that back in 2015, Christmas, I made my family watch this on Christmas Day.
No.
Christmas night, I should say.
Why?
I mean, it was a Nick Cage religious movie. I was like, you know what? Let's see what's happening here.
So you've seen this before?
Yeah. If it makes you feel better, I remembered almost none of it.
Guess what? I mean, he was on Christmas vacation as well.
Yeah.
Back-to-back vacation repeats for Zach. My first note, production company named Freestyle Releasing.
Oh, been there. Been there.
Wait, do I freestyle or do I follow a script? Am I a coach that's really like calling a lot of plays here?
You more of a breaststroke or a backstroke or a butterfly, I mean.
I'm definitely butterflying that thing.
You know what? Now that I think about it, I do script out the first 3 plays of the series.
Yeah, but you're not above calling an audible.
No, we audible all the time, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Omaha.
Steak.
We're at an airport. We got some Hallmark movie-ass music playing with the sights and sounds of JFK Airport. A woman picks up an Acts of God book from the airport bookstore and buys it eagerly.
It's got Chad Michael Murray on it. And right next to Acts of God, we've got a book called The True Adventures of the World's Greatest Stuntman. My Life is Indiana Jones, James Bond, Superman, and Other Movie Heroes by, you guessed it, Vic Armstrong.
I didn't see any of this.
What were you?
I didn't know who Chad Michael Murray was until I looked it up.
And here's some quotes from Vic Armstrong's book. Vic Armstrong is, of course, a legend. Martin Scorsese. Ever heard of him? Vic is the man. Pierce Brosnan. No CGI can match what Vic can accomplish. Steven Spielberg.
Let's ask Spielberg. Do you still, Mr. Spielberg?
Steven,
how do you feel about the first Jaws movie?
I think it's pretty good. I'm a big fan. I mean, I still like it. I mean, you know, I don't love everything about it, but there's some things that I think still work. And I do regret that the shark didn't look better because I still think the movie would have been better if if we'd been able to see the shark more. But that turned out to be a good thing according to some people. I don't know. I stand by it. I stand by it.
I don't know. Is that a bad Steven Spielberg impression?
What are you talking? Well, let's have Steven. Steven, how is your impression of yourself? Is it good or is it bad?
I don't think I sound like that.
Well, thanks for coming by, Steven Spielberg.
Yeah, man. Thank you. Thank you. That was, Steven Spielberg. Wow.
Yeah.
What a get.
A woman named Chloe deplanes and calls her mom Leah Thompson. Her brother has been bouncing off the walls in anticipation.
He sure has.
Is everything set for Dad's surprise party?
Is everything set for this exposition?
We get some exposition that Dad's not going to be there when she gets home. He got called into work.
What? What happened? Ass on.
His flight is to London and Chloe is on the case.
She'll be home for supper. Who says supper?
Do you call it supper is the question. Have you ever called it supper?
Never once in my life. I don't understand where that comes from.
I think it comes from the Midwest.
Maybe.
Wisconsin or somewhere like that.
That makes sense.
I think it comes from Jesus.
Jesus called it supper. That's true.
It was the Last Supper. That's not wrong.
Jesus couldn't have called it Last Supper because how would he know it was the Last Supper? It had to be someone else who knew, hey, man, you ain't going to have another one of these.
But you're playing Judas.
What if Judas was just like, hey, Jesus, you want to come to this Last Supper? He's like, Last Supper?
Like, what?
Oh, just like of the day. What do you mean where'd I get all this silver from?
Pontius Pilate, like, you fucking moron.
You dipshit.
Dipshit. But you make your kick.
People called you a dipshit today. My next note, all caps. Holy shit, the frame picture of the four of them. They absolutely photoshopped Nick Cage into a photo that the other three were there to take.
Yep.
More than that in the trivia.
Chad Michael Murray is famous being hounded for autographs in the airport.
Why?
Because he's got a book.
What the fuck is this combo between strangers at an airport?
Would that ever happen at JFK?
It would happen at freaking Flagstaff Airport, man.
You must feel like you've seen it all. You seem to be in the middle of a new disaster every time I turn on the news.
What's the old adage?
I need exposition to tell me who this guy is.
It's a dirty job, but somebody's got to do it.
Can I ask you a question, Mr. Williams?
What's his job?
Do you read the Bible?
What?
I have a little typo here. He says, I'm guessing not ass often, as you do.
Oh, there was definitely an ass throughout this whole scene.
There's ass often.
She recites some Bible verse about pestilence and earthquakes and famine or some shit. She says all these things are signs. That's when Chloe interrupts her to ask if God knew all these things were going to happen.
Honey, God knows everything.
So why doesn't he do something?
Speed is everything.
Couldn't he stop a flood if he wanted to? Maybe send a little rain to stop a famine. Is that how famine works?
Yeah.
No, not really.
It's a long-term solution, but you can grow crops eventually, and then you can eat it. If you're not dead already.
You just last 4 months. You're going to be just fine.
It's a fallen world. God created it perfect, and we destroyed it with the first sin.
Fallen world, future Cinephobe, right? Isn't that Jurassic Park or Jurassic World?
That's Fallen Kingdom.
Nah, close enough.
Does that qualify?
No.
Oh.
This whole bit, just leave it all in.
Same as the bingo who asked us about that movie. That was 58%. Supercharge that.
Bingo.
Chloe says she knows the Lord works in mysterious ways, but somehow people keep believing God loves them. That is mysterious. The capitalization in the captions driving me insane. God is capitalized. He is capitalized.
The capitalized he always throws me off.
Chad Michael Murray's facial expressions in this scene might be ass off. He's listening his ass off and reacting with his eyebrows working overtime.
I went on a journey with Chad Michael Murray's ass on off status in this movie.
He's all over the place. Chloe apologizes for interrupting and walks away. That's when flight attendant Hattie Durham puts on some lip gloss. Nick Cage pulls up, takes off his wedding ring.
What was the saxophone playing while she was applying the makeup?
Oh, man, you know what it was doing. Setting the mood.
What mood?
She's ready to fuck.
Oh, that mood.
She's ready to attend his flight. You know what I mean?
I do.
Why did you say that like Keanu Reeves? Like, hi, it's me. All right, he takes his wedding ring off to keep it in the car at the airport parking lot and gets out. He walks with her and he doesn't have any luggage. Don't pilots always have luggage?
Nah, baby.
He's going to fucking London. He's just going to Allen Iverson this thing?
Uh-huh.
Chloe's waiting at the airport. Chad Michael Murray walks up and says he enjoyed her speech. Not her first time making it. He's Cameron Williams, but his friends call him Buck.
Buck.
Why?
And I like to...
He says, so you're in college. Looking at her college fleece.
Nice. Big gulps, huh?
Big gulps.
My name's Colby Steele. My friends call me Chloe. And he says, you're in college. Wow, investigative journalism. Banter.
No, that's not
That's not banter. No.
Absolutely.
No.
You just want to thank her for rescuing him from that nutty lady. Thank my mom. That's who she's been rehearsing for.
Actually, I was looking through the thesaurus on my phone this morning, and I've decided to go with wacko.
Wacko?
Mm-hmm.
I like that word. Wacko.
Thesaurus on my phone?
Yeah.
Where are we?
When are we?
Well, to be fair, one, we're in 2014. Two, there is a compass app that comes into play at some point.
She was just casually looking through the thesaurus on her phone in the morning?
Absolutely.
This morning.
Back in 2014, that's all you could do.
She's a student at the University of Central Arkansas doing this?
Yeah.
Nah, man.
Go Bears.
Go Bears. Is this tension?
No.
Wacko. I like that word. Wacko. Tension.
They wanted it to be.
Because Nutty and Wacko feel very closely related via tension.
Like nutty, huh? Wacko to get nutty.
Also, I missed this note. I'm sorry. I should have pointed this out. The car that Hattie is driving is a 1998 Corolla.
Beat to shit.
My brother drove one of those. Was very excited.
Was he a flight attendant?
No, he wasn't. He was an engineer.
Did you send him a picture?
No, because unlike you, Zach, I don't hate my family.
I don't hate my family.
You do if you made them watch this.
Sometimes they got to pay for their sins. She declines him buying her a coffee.
And he says, oh, come on.
Oh, come on, Herc.
What if I throw in a fantastic little box with the strawberry jam?
She's waiting for someone. He should be there any minute. Her dad. Just then, Nick Cage comes up the escalator with Hattie.
Oh.
She's slaying him. And then dramatically takes off his sunglasses when he notices his daughter sitting there.
She's playing with his hat.
Mm-hmm.
My hat.
My hat.
Because she's going to play with his head later.
Oh.
With a Jimmy hat.
Sexually. My next note is his face CGI'd. What's going on here?
Well, I'm going to tell you what.
There's a weird filter.
Ass off for Cage recognizing Cameron Williams.
Absolutely.
Because he looks at him and then he squints a little bit and he goes, whoa, yo. This guy's an actor right here.
They shake hands. He will let Nick and Chloe catch up. It was nice to meet both of them. First thing she thought when Mom said he wouldn't be home, that he left, really left, packed up his bag, slammed the door, squealed the tires, and just drove off. Squealed the tires?
Why is that the first thing she thought of her dad?
Well, I mean, they've got some marital issues.
No, they don't.
They do.
They don't.
Yeah, this is Poppy Talk's position coming up right here. But after the descriptive language of slam the door, squeal the tires, I wrote that the writing is the real apocalypse.
It's not wrong. I was so confused by you squealed the tires.
You squealed your tires.
Did you fuck the tires? What does that mean?
You told on them.
He backed out of the driveway like Helen Hunt.
No, he's still alive. Her mom and him are fine. She doesn't blame him for running away. He says, but I didn't run away. You thought I did run away. She says, who's that girl?
What the fuck is going on?
Na 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 na. Who's that flight attendant?
He takes a beat and he goes, flight attendant.
Flight attendant's that girl. Na 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 na.
I work with dozens of flight attendants. Don't even know her name. And then I've got
there are dozens of us.
Exposition alert. This were a year ago, you know, before Mom drank the Kool-Aid. You'd be home right now. We would all be home.
The Jesus Kool-Aid?
We call that wine.
Okay, so this is why I say they don't have marital issues. Because they set up for it, and they said before Mom drank, and I thought he was going to say drank herself into oblivion or whatever. Like,
yeah, same.
Oh, her mom became an alcoholic, and then, okay, cool. Like, nope. She found Jesus, and apparently that's caused marital strife.
Yeah.
Well, apparently she won't shut the fuck up about Jesus.
That also.
The whole movie, she doesn't ever say anything.
I mean, because one, she's holding a Bible constantly, even as she gardens.
Throwing some dirt.
Two, they never let her talk because they know Jesus is coming out of her mouth.
She gets raptured.
Well, spoiler alert.
I know.
Jesus, Mayes.
Well, he said that she doesn't talk about it the whole movie.
No.
You too soon?
She's not in the movie.
But I'm saying in her scene.
She took 11 minutes to shoot her entire part in the movie.
Go on. Keep going.
No, let's get bogged down in this. Chloe, I think you know that Mom and I got married when we were both very young, and the changes a person goes through between 20 and 50 are enormous. She's just doing what she believes is right, and maybe you should cut her some slack.
You're the one on your way to London. You're the one who hasn't been home since Christmas. I have school, and I have a job. Boom.
He's got her there. Then she hits him with the counter, though. Where's your ring?
Mm-hmm.
It's in my car. I never wear it when I fly. I said, not quite Stiller levels of lying.
No. Chloe also said that Mom is always trying to shove Jesus down her throat.
She's going to run off with another man. Why not Jesus?
What's happening right now?
You picked it, motherfucker. That's what's happening.
He slams his fist on the table, which stuns her.
Chloe stares at him.
Not gonna do anything to mess up my marriage. We'll talk when I get back. I'm not gonna be here when you get back. Well, all right, whatever. Take the car keys. Go easy on mom.
Buck sits down next to her, asks if she's okay. She moves over to sit with him at his table. She's disappointed. Big deal for her to be back.
Investigative journalist, remember?
The score at this point is completely like lighthearted. And I said, this score has nothing to do with the
does not match up.
These bad religious movies never know how to score them.
We're on a plane. Nick is telling a joke to Hattie.
So the turkey, vulture, comes up to the gate and drops 2 dead rabbits onto the floor. And the flight attendant says, I'm sorry, you're only allowed 1 carry-on.
I'm sorry, Captain, that's bad.
Hattie thought it was funny.
Well, if you have any more bad jokes, you can come and find me.
Tension.
She is throwing that pussy.
Zach Harper's dream girl.
Oh my God.
No, I have Zach Harper as Hattie with a little scarf tied around his neck.
Just throwing the dick at Nick Cage. Like, yo, you can tell me anything you want. Captain Ray Steele.
Should he be fucking getting the plane ready?
Of course. Well, he doesn't even have luggage. He's so ill-prepared for this work trip. I said Hattie's ready to give him the runway. Nick asked someone over the radio if the equipment got fixed. Some of the stuff on the flight.
Marcus.
Marcus?
Yes, Marcus.
Farmer's Marcus. Flight deck is outdated. Then they wish him a happy birthday.
In 6 hours' time, I'll be 9 years older. Do that for about 6 years and maybe you'll catch up to me. Banter.
Is this banter?
Cut to Buck eating a plain bagel?
Oh my God.
Phobe.
Even the look on his face, he looks like he realized.
Buck, what are you doing, my dude?
They didn't even give me butter.
No butter even?
Do we even know if that thing's cooked?
It's toasted as fuck.
It's toasted.
Golden brown.
And his face.
And it's naked.
Dog, he is struggling.
Of course.
So dry-throated right now.
Of course.
It's like Larry David with the scone.
Sounds like that's all her mom talks about. She's just trying to convince people earthquakes are a good thing. Buck tells some convoluted story about a woman who lost 3 of her 4 kids in a tsunami and then died with her baby anyway.
What the fuck is this movie about?
That night she refused to leave for the evacuation. And mudslide. Buried the whole village under 10 feet of slime.
Says if you look hard enough, you'll see what you want. Might have to ignore a lot of other things to do it. One of them might be the truth. What?
What about you? What did you see in that village? A lot of people that had lost everything that ever mattered. Did you ask why? I know why. Tsunami. You know what I mean? No, I didn't. If you have to find a reason for something like that to happen, then you might end up yelling at strangers in the airport. Oh.
She laughs and he goes, love that laugh. What?
Tension?
Love that laugh.
Stalking?
Hattie is still diddling herself to Nick's joke.
That guy cracks me up.
Tells the other flight attendant they're planning on spending some time together in London. Kimmy, the other flight attendant, wants details.
Ray? You mean Captain Steele?
Buck says he's going to call Chloe from London, make sure she doesn't forget about him. That's as Lolo Jones is trying to get him to get on the plane.
First of all, I killed Kimmy for being a nosy bitch. That's one.
Of course you did.
Mind your fucking business. Spoiler, how did she get raptured? All you're trying to hear about is dick all the time.
Oh, no. We find out how she got raptured.
There's plenty of reasons. We'll get to it.
When he was reading the Watcher's notes about her, that's when we found out.
Alone. Triple underlined.
Late to work?
In a hurry?
Yo, and that is Lolo Jones. This is a meaningless role.
Yes, of course.
You thought she was going to be Macbeth? What'd you think here?
That's not a speaking part.
She spoke.
It didn't stop her from cheeking up.
You don't understand what I'm saying.
Going fully ass on in the scene.
I know she spoke. I'm saying they did not need to have someone cast for this role.
Oh, I don't know if I agree with that.
Okay, whatever. Keep going.
How else are you going to get on the plane?
Don't get me started about this plane. Guy pulls up in the cart talking about U2 tickets. What the hell is this movie about?
Took him 2 weeks to find those things. And Chloe...
2 weeks?
Chloe is mad. She writes a little note on the envelope and tells Chad Michael Murray, give them to her dad.
Very confusing. Not clear that it's U2 in London.
No.
How'd this dude on the cart get the tickets to a show in London?
You don't think Jim has sources on how to get tickets to U2 in London? Get the fuck out of here. Have some respect.
I'm screenshotting a picture of this bingo. Absolutely not.
Whoa!
Oh, no.
Number 2, why would he hand them to her? She's not flying to London.
I don't know.
Maybe he thought she was getting on the flight because it's her dad.
Why would he hand him to her?
He's in a hurry.
To cause drama.
It's a MacGuffin.
Number 3, why would she hand them to Cameron?
You mean Buck Williams, the starting power forward for the 1991 Portland Trailblazers?
His name is Buck.
His name's not Cameron?
And he likes to...
No. His friends call him Buck. Are you not his friend?
No, I'm not. For sure not. Not after this movie. So it's just like, what is happening here?
He gets on the plane and then walks into the cockpit like 9/11 never happened.
Yeah.
Wide open.
Hey, man, your daughter said, hold on to these.
Meanwhile, Lolo Jones, Mr. Williams, please.
That's odd.
You know what they usually do? They just close that goddamn door, even when they see you.
They sure do. Even when you're running towards it.
They smile.
The co-pilot recognized Buck as the GWN guy. And there's a left-handed handshake between them, which I found very awkward.
Very awkward. Sign of disrespect.
Chloe gets in Nick's car, finds his wedding ring.
Tries to look sad.
Hattie addresses the passengers. Buck sits down next to Michael Orr.
Who is this fat fuck?
Yes, if he got her number. Saw the two of them back in the lounge about an hour ago.
And to think I could have spent the last hour with you instead.
I don't know why you on-camera guys always the ones to get the girls. Maybe because we don't walk around looking like a dress rehearsal for Glee. You know what? I'll let you have one.
Banter?
Banter.
Look at these seats. Yo, they're like Dr. Claw level seats, man.
We get a Glee reference.
And then I saw in the background, is that a little person? Why is he so fucking angry?
He's real angry. Oh, my God.
Oh, more on that later. I didn't know he was going to factor in at that point. I just thought they had like some random angry guy back there.
You didn't think he was going to factor in? What?
No.
Old one recognizes Buck.
I know you. Look, George, it's Frank Sinatra.
What's that?
It's Frank. Oh, listen, George. We're home.
Oh, we're not home.
Sometimes he gets a bit confused.
Frank Sinatra died in 1998.
Old woman recognizes she has her ass on. I know you.
I just referred to her as Mama Dementia the rest of the movie.
It reminded me of the woman in Passenger 57 who thought he was Arsenio Hall.
Mm-hmm.
Same bit too, bro.
My next note, she should not be traveling. She should not be allowed.
Not on an international flight. Absolutely not.
Again, one of those scenes where I'm like, well, I didn't know that this guy would factor in later. Why is there a white guy wearing a kufi?
Are there only 4 people running this international flight to London?
Yes.
The 2 pilots and 2 flight attendants? That's it?
That's all you need, baby.
Don't worry, Zach. We'll be there in 6 minutes when we hit Mach 40.
You mean engage the hyperdrive?
Blonde woman with sunglasses sits down in first class. Muslim ? Guy eyes her.
Yeah, and then a little chin stroke there.
Gary Grubbs has a great accent, and he's a bolo tie businessman.
Well, howdy, partner.
I referred to him as Oil Can Boyd the rest of the movie.
Why is this little guy so mad?
He's real mad. Gives this weird look to Jordan Sparks and her daughter. So I was thinking like, oh, there's going to be like a white supremacist thing here because he's bald.
Yeah, because it's skinhead.
Yeah, exactly. No. Texas oil man on the phone saying to stall them. Ditch the deal at all if needed. Left the company jet in Houston. He'll be in London with the papers signed before they know he's gone.
Business position.
Little guy is so upset.
He's so mad he's still on his phone.
Yeah, because they're announcing that you need to hang up your phone.
Oh, that's why.
Do you guys put your phones in airplane mode?
Yep.
Never.
Never.
Really?
Never.
That's how I know they're full of shit.
Oh my God.
It does nothing.
I haven't done it in probably 6 years.
This is how I know. First time I flew charter with the team and nobody turned off their phone.
Right. And that's celebrities on there that can't afford to die.
Nobody cares. It does nothing to the instrumentation. They're full of shit.
It does nothing.
Do you take your phone out of bingo mode? Oh, hit it, Mace!
Yeah.
Going on here with the Philophobe. Young Frank Dukes here, bingo mode.
You're not gonna call the cops?
You don't respect the boulevard.
What kind of a deal?
Moose is in the house.
Naming my pee sneeze.
I got a poo. Ooh, that's a bingo.
Great timing because the next scene we see Chloe show up and see this little bingo of a little brother.
This kid trips off his scooter, runs at a moving car. Is he wearing blue blockers? What is he wearing?
Did you get me anything at the airport?
The brand new baseball glove that I've been asking for.
No way!
No way!
Mom, Chloe's here.
Writing apocalypse.
Lock this dumbass kid in for ass on right now.
She tells him, yo, check my bag. And he's like, wow, a brand new baseball glove I've been asking for. No way. Also a dildo.
All right. Worst name. Raimi Steele? Or the actor's real name, Major Dodson?
No. No.
Major Bingo.
His name is not Major Dodson. Yeah, Major Bingo, I would believe, but not Major Dodson.
Chloe's mom takes off her gardening gloves and just puts these dirty-ass gardening gloves right on top of the good book, and she's gonna go to heaven?
Just so we can get that detail shot of the Bible.
Couldn't put them side by side. She put them on top of the Bible.
Leah Thompson is so happy to see fake Reese Witherspoon.
Yo, same note too.
That's generous. I don't even know if I can give her fake Reese Witherspoon.
Back to the flight. Asian man saying they'll be laughing about 6 hours in London when the hyperjet changes everything.
Han Solo.
What's that, partner?
Did you say defense department?
They've been developing a new jet. 300 passengers at Mach 40. New York to London in 6 minutes. That's pretty fast.
Personally, I think they're lying. There's no way they developed it themselves. Probably reverse engineered it from something at Area 51. This dude will not shut up.
Will Camp Boyd orders the scotch.
Mach 40 means 40 times the speed of sound.
Yeah.
40 times the speed of sound. Why would this be a plot device?
Your ass would be pulverized in the air.
Yes.
This dude represents the type of sinner that has unrealistic visions of technology. He's a conspiracy theorist.
Yeah, he won't leave the travel to God's hands. He's trying to develop alien technology.
What a heathen.
Leah and Chloe suffer through some small talk. Then she says that she met Buck Williams, the power forward for the Portland Trailblazers at the airport.
Or sorry, Cameron.
Sorry, Cameron Williams.
From the news? Did you get a chance to talk to him?
He's a great guy. Gorgeous.
Is it just me or does Leah Thompson look better in 2015 in real life than she did in Back to the Future 2?
Easy, I mean.
I'm just saying. I was like, yo.
I care about you. I care about you.
She looks good.
Don't do it. I care about
She looks really good. I'm giving her a compliment.
Okay.
Like in real life, at that age, she looks better than what they imagined she'd look like at that age.
Oh, I see what you mean.
No, you had it the other way around?
I wonder what Zach thought.
I just thought he was trying to talk about work that she got done. And yeah, I didn't know what he was going on.
Oh, has she got work? I don't know.
I don't know.
Not since this movie.
I'll give her work.
Oh, come on. That's not fair. She told him that Leah was a fan. Says that Leah isn't the only one who thinks every earthquake could be the end of the world. Some crazy lady cornered him in the air.
Oh, that's not how I meant that.
Smooth move, X-Lax.
Leah doesn't mean to push, but wants her to understand this is very important to her. Wants her to be ready.
Meanwhile, the little Major Bingo is just lurking in the background.
I wrote, dumb kid peering in from the other room alert. She just got there, not up for a heavy convo. Okay, but just hear me out. She's been praying. That's why God brought Chloe home.
God didn't bring me home. I brought me home.
This is such a weird argument.
I bought the ticket.
This is worse than Ernie Hudson in The Watcher, just flipping out all
just get pissed.
Why are you angry? What's going on here?
If God brought me home for Dad's birthday, what did he let him fly to London?
Maybe he just wanted us to talk. God is the reason Dad is not here right now.
I wrote, I'm guessing it's Hattie, but we can call her God if you want.
He saw Jesus.
I bet he did. Back to the flight. Little person starts to put his bag in the overhead compartment. And white Muslim guy asks if he wants a hand with his bag.
And this is going to bring back the greatest meme that never was in Cinephobe history.
No.
That's right.
No, I mean, don't send it. Don't send it. Don't send it. I swear to God. Please don't send that picture.
It must be done. It has to be done.
Please don't send that picture.
I can
all of this in, but supercharge it at the same time.
I just realized what's coming.
Oh, you didn't know?
Oh my God! Don't do it.
It took me a second.
Please don't do this.
God damn! There it is.
Oh my
Bums away.
I'm problematic. It's a problem.
The white Muslim guy asks if he wants a hand with his bag. Did I ask for a hand? I can put it up top for you. Yeah, so could I.
But then he doesn't.
And then he just quits.
He just puts it down.
And Jordan Sparks' daughter is watching it all.
What are you looking at? Want to ask me a question? Want to know how I drive? Where I buy my clothes? Maybe how I reach the urinal?
This is a child.
What's a urinal? Holds up a drawing. That's my dad. He plays football. Poppy draw.
He's going to be on TV tomorrow if his throwing arm's all better. I wrote, wait a second. Maybe this kid gets ass on.
And I wrote, let me guess, this guy's a bookie.
Your dad plays ball on TV? What team? Go Jets!
And I said, it makes all the sense in the world.
The Jets!
He writes a note to himself on a napkin. Call disco. Put 3 Gs.
I said, I had it.
What's wrong with his arm? Cosmo, he's my dog. He knocked Daddy off the hammock. Oh, really? Daddy was so mad he pushed Cosmo in the pool.
Did you notice, go back and watch this, how long it takes him to put the pendant back in his pocket? That motherfucker's struggling.
Man, next up says, so you're a betting man. Yep. You going to give the kid a cut? Her dad's PK Carvel. I doubt she needs the money.
Yes. Famous black quarterback, PK Carvel.
And now for something completely different.
Hello.
Hot?
Hello.
Hot
Yeah,
or
hot.
not?
Little hot.
Welcome to hotornot.com.
Hoot or newt?
Gitch cook.
This woman is hot nut.
This woman is hot nut.
This woman is not hot.
What an addictive idea.
What's that?
Just the whole like hotornot.com. Like I bet people lost hours in that thing.
Oh, of course, man. And it was local. That was a thing.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah.
They were smart, man. Manosphere.
Do we want a cold middle here? Or just go in?
It's up to you guys.
A small cold middle never hurt anybody.
How about that?
About that.
Oh, that is hot.
You're so hot.
You were
still.
real hot.
How about now? How about
No,
now?
it's still hot.
hot.
Why are you shouting into the microphone? It's a microphone.
How about now? How about
No,
now?
it's too low. No, it's too cold.
We're playing this game again. How about now?
Let's Goldilocks this shit. Well, we're not playing the game. It's not like we want to do this.
It's not a game to me.
You know, one day.
Oh my God.
Whoa, Jesus
Oh
Christ.
my God.
How about now? How about now?
Is that thing in your colon?
That's good enough.
That's good.
It's funny because I can see it on the graphic equalizer, but it's like it's either right now it seems very subdued.
Because you're talking like a normal person.
Okay, when I talk like a not normal person, it still is.
If you talk like that the whole time, then we'd be able to tell how hot it is.
I don't talk like this usually on the podcast, do I?
With energy? No.
Let me
You
tell
don't.
you. It's fantastic. We're cruising along. I got you at a good level. And then all of a sudden, you get all fired up about something.
Like a good altitude?
Spikes,
Huh? Got him at a good altitude?
scratches.
So you start running out of fuel?
Do I cut out this line? Do I make it sound weird? Do I drop an effect on it? What do I do?
Yes. Sometimes you get that little just like all of a sudden it sounds like a sample.
I like when he does that. I wish he'd do that to me sometimes.
Well, you got to spike more. That's a,
Please, Zach, do not spike.
Hey, let's do this.
Spike TV?
Do not quote spike more.
How about this? Let's all spike at the same time. Let's just see what it's like.
Oh, let's do it. Wouldn't that be fun?
No.
Yeah, okay.
What do we want Spike saying?
Spike.
Favorite racial slur on 3, okay?
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Wow, Zach. Wow. Oh, my God. Zach.
Spike him.
They're going to think I said something.
I'll just bring in your little bingo bomb from last week.
Yeah.
My bingo bomb.
Bingo bomber.
Yo, we do need a bingo. If we had just like this satin bomber jacket with young Frank Dukes on the back, wouldn't that be the best?
On the front, SF Giants. On the back, New York Giants.
Like it was Ryan Gosling's jacket in Drive.
Yeah.
Right? Just that size of his face on the back. We could charge $1,000 for that.
You got to have patches on the shoulders. That's where you get one San Francisco, one New York.
Yeah.
By the way, Maze, your joke got swallowed a little bit by the sound effect because I knew you said bingo bomber, but I'm wondering if people who aren't paying attention didn't quite catch it because like the music starts playing
Yeah.
right when you said bingo bomber.
I noticed that too. Still great though. Great joke.
Great joke, yeah.
Yeah.
I want to get more shine.
Bingo bomber.
Shine the Rapper.
Chance the Rapper.
Community Chest.
Community Breast.
Manosphere.
Maelstrom.
Peter Stormare.
Oh, I already did that though. This is gonna bring back the greatest meme in Cinephobe history.
Don't call him
Little person.
There you go.
Okay, but he's a guy.
But this list is super offensive.
Is it?
Isn't it?
It's possible.
This cold middle is over.
Yeah. All right. My next note is this little bingo running. Different person.
Chloe is going out. Her dumb brother wants to go. She says to get his stuff. He's 8. What stuff could he have? Well, he brings a backpack.
Fully packed just inside the door. He was waiting for this opportunity.
What does he need?
You know, he's got to have his diapers, his binky.
Leah Thompson observes it from the window in Watcher Vision.
Yeah, she does. He says, we'll go to GameStop. I said, remember those days? Diamond hand strong.
80% off sale at GameStop.
Drop that top.
That's called going out of business sale. 80%.
I mean, it's GameStop. What are you talking about?
No, they never had 80% off the entire store.
They were going out of business.
Not after Mike Ryan.
Do you think Mom's crazy? No, I was just upset. Dad says Pastor Bruce was washing her brain.
Miss Bingo.
Also, Dad drives a drop-top Sebring.
It's a Saab.
Or is that a Saab?
It's a Saab.
No, it's not a Saab. It's a Sebring.
Oh, I thought it was a Sebring.
It's a Saab.
I thought it was a Sebring too.
Saab City.
Saab Bob. If it's a Saab, then it kind of kills my joke.
Oh.
It's a Sebring.
What was the joke?
It's a Sebring. I'm looking at it. No, I'm looking at it. It's a Sebring. Oh, no, it is a Saab. I just saw the logo.
All right, Miss Bingo.
Amin's face blindness is now car extended.
What was your joke, though, if it was a Sebring? Like, I thought it was Michael Scott's drop-top car from The Office.
It's Britney, bitch.
It's Britney, bitch.
It's Brittany, bitch. And I am back in the form of a new company, the Michael Scott Paper Company.
Yeah, I was going to say, turns out her dad is leaving her mom, but not for the reason that she thought.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Jesus, indeed.
Back to the flight. Back to the flight. Nick is watching Hattie on the monitor. Co-pilot says it must suck having to fly on his birthday.
Co-pilot looks like Chris Parnell.
Okay. I don't hate that.
Gotta pay the bills, right?
How long is Chloe in town? Well, it looks like smooth sailing. I think I'll stretch my legs.
Doesn't answer. Walks out.
Walk out of the cockpit again. 9/11 didn't happen in this movie.
End of scene.
That's it. Cut back to the mall.
And they're breakdancers. And I said, why is this in the movie?
Why?
And everyone's clapping rhythmically except for the white girl.
Except for her.
She's just so off rhythm, man.
She realizes her dumb brother isn't with her. And he's out there fucking a drone.
I thought like he'd be abducted. I thought there would be something serious. Meanwhile, the breakdancers in the back are started to mail it in.
They know the camera's off them.
Yeah, it's like, all right. Yeah.
What are you trying to do? Scare me to death?
He wasn't even that far.
No, he was 9 feet away.
Okay, so what was the point of this scene? Just to prove he's a bingo?
Can't make it so obvious. The guy piloting the drone does a flyby of her head and she just laughs it off. No, you do a flyby of my head in the mall, like we're going to have some words.
We're about to fight.
Yeah.
And then the kid says, can I get it? It's only a few $100. Only a few $100?
Back to the flight. Nick corners Hattie.
Nicky comes around the corner with champagne.
He says, I got them. The tickets.
Champagne.
She's going to find a way to pay him back.
I really do enjoy the references to episodes past. I'm so tickled by champagne.
Champagne.
Perfume going in. Sewage coming out.
She wants to know what's wrong. He lies, saying he wished the seats were closer to the stage, but really, he read whatever note that was written on there by his daughter.
Future callback.
We haven't seen it yet. Okay.
No, it's the big reveal.
Back to the mall. Dumb kid says mom will be okay.
I thought the big reveal was about to happen in like 5 minutes.
No, that's just the setup. She still wears that necklace. Also a future callback. That one you made her. Never takes it off. They're going to be all right, right? Mom and dad.
He said it.
Yeah.
Menage a bit.
Bitcoin.
She tells him dad told her that the kid is the greatest baseball player in the world. And I wrote, there's no fucking way he can catch a ball or hit or throw. I need to see it now. At any age. I don't care. It could be him as an adult.
I don't think he could put the mitt on.
No.
Put it on his head like this. Like then he puts it on his knee like this.
All of a sudden a blip happens and she's hugging his clothes, but he's not in them.
Screen flashes.
He's nowhere to be found.
And I laughed maniacally
It's
at the
so
film noir
fucking funny.
of all film noirs. And here's the funny part. I was talking to my friend and I told her what movie we're watching. And she's like, yo, that's like one about the rapture, right? I'm like, what? No. Like, what are you talking about?
My question, do you go naked to heaven?
Same note too, bro.
Because their clothes are just there. So he just dicks out in heaven?
There are a lot of questions I have about this rapture. A lot.
Every time we see heaven depicted, they're in white robes.
Maybe I don't want to wear a white robe. Maybe I want my hoodie.
It seems like it's kind of like prison. You trade in whatever you had going in, and
Jesus,
you get what they supply you.
Sounds like champagne, actually.
People have disappeared. It hits the plane. Jordan's daughter is gone. Random clothes are just flying onto the ground in the mall. Balloons headed to the sky. Chloe's ass completely on. Jordan's ass maybe off. Air Marshal sitting next to the little person is gone, but his gun's there. I wonder if that'll come back.
Chekhov's gun.
Didn't notice that at all.
Michael Orr, gone. People on the flight are searching for the missing people. The plane starts veering off. Cage goes back in the cockpit. Nobody's there flying the plane. Wasn't it on autopilot?
I thought so too, but also a couple of things. This dude at the mall starts stealing shit immediately.
Yes.
Immediately.
Oh, they start looting immediately.
Are we saying that do all virtuous people work at the mall? How is there widespread looting immediately? Because some people disappeared. Number two, the old lady got left behind. Whore.
Goodness.
We all know why she got left behind.
Mama Dementia.
Yeah.
Did autopilot get sucked up into heaven? Clip it, Maze.
There were people, and they were there, and they got sucked up into the sky.
Jake. Sucked up into the sky. Nobody got sucked up in here.
I got sucked off here.
Car crashes into the mall with no driver there. Chloe searches her brother's backpack to see if he's in there. What was she looking in the backpack for?
I don't know.
I don't have any explanation for any of what she does for the next 30 minutes.
Cage steadies the flight. People are looting left behind purses. GWN News has breaking news on people disappearing worldwide already.
Yep.
This shit just happened. How good is this news service?
You're the best. They got my man.
Buck starts filming the missing passengers' spots on the plane. Mama Dementia's there. Husband gone.
This is when I first noticed Charlie Fly. He wants to see the captain.
Yeah, I thought it was Francisco Garcia, the old NBA player from Louisville.
I'm pretty sure you said that in I Am Red.
Did I? Oh, shit. Racist.
You call back racism.
Also, repeat offender.
What, racism? Yeah, for the 127th year. All right, a mob tries to rush the cockpit. They push right through Hattie. What do they think's happening?
What do they want to talk to the captain about?
I don't know.
And then Cage decompresses the cabin.
Yep.
And I said, is that legal? Can he do that? Like on call?
So Cage is looking on the monitor. He's telling them to get back to their seats. The white Muslim guy and Buck are trying to keep the peace. Then, yeah, he decompresses the cabin. Oxygen masks come down. They all go back. And Buck helps Mama Dementia with her mask before putting his on. That's not procedure.
That's a no-no, yeah.
Every single passenger is ass on, pretending to not be able to breathe.
Oh, yeah, I just saw them.
Now we're back to the mall. It's Black Friday.
And I saw another 98 Corolla.
A second
that
one?
car is 16 years old when this movie is being made.
Back to the mall, looting, rioting, back to the flight, oxygen, sitting, back to the mall. Man's hopping cars while holding 3 jackets on hangers.
A woman crying, just begging, stop!
Truck is ramming a car.
And this is when I got a commercial for Taken 3.
Whoa!
Which I assumed is why Zach brought it up in the chat, but apparently not.
No, not at all. I didn't get that commercial once.
I didn't get a single commercial, even though I watched it on IMDb TV. Apparently, nobody wanted to sponsor this.
I can't imagine why. Maybe they couldn't afford it.
Yo, some of these TVs are a little too light.
Oh my God. Oh my God. They're just throwing them around like it's a goddamn Amazon package.
And then there are people fighting over stuff. I'm like, it's a whole mall.
Air is back to normal on the plane. Cage can't get in contact with air traffic control. Nothing but static on the other end.
All air traffic controllers go to heaven. Future Cinephobe.
He gets out of the cockpit. He tells Hattie he dropped the pressure to get them to sit down and it's okay now. Everybody on this flight is scared to death. I really need you to step up here, Hattie. Can you do that? I'm going to say something to the passengers. Watch the flight deck. So patronizing.
But here's the thing. He walks clear through first class, back to the back, and gives the people in the back the speech like, first class doesn't get this speech?
Oh boy, here we go. This is upgrade Amin being pissed off.
I'm just saying, like, I'd like to know too. I don't want to be craning my neck backwards trying to figure out what the hell he's saying.
Well, here's the thing. Those 9 people that are still left in first class have a better chance of going and listening to him than the 35, 50, 60 people still in coach.
I'm just saying, just give me an acknowledgement. Also, man, this is a very short plane.
Not since Money Plane have we seen such a short plane.
No, Money Plane was huge. What are you talking about? They had a casino in there.
Allegedly, but we only saw 2 rooms of the plane plus the cabin where fat Baker Mayfield tried to attack a woman. God, I miss that movie. I want to watch that tonight. I know you all want answers, and believe so do I. I'll do my best to get them, but right now, I have to do my job so that we're all safe.
Safe? Safe from what?
Sit down. Safe from our own panic, which is the biggest threat to this plane right now. I'm going to ask the flight attendants to do a head count. Whatever happened to those people, we'll find them. I haven't been able to reach anyone yet, so I don't know if this is an event isolated to our aircraft or if others in the area have been affected. Let them know when he has more info.
Chloe makes it back to the Saab, and a passenger plane flies down.
Yes, a Cessna.
Slides right into her Saab.
What the fuck just happened?
Crash explosion.
She rolls over the trunk of a car next to her.
I had one more payment to go on that thing. She runs up to the car and stares into the passenger seat just in case Major Bingo has somehow found his way from her arms.
She's still looking for Raimi.
Butt-ass naked.
Raimi.
From her arms.
God.
And waiting patiently in the passenger seat.
Maybe he got back to the car.
Hattie discovers the other flight attendant, Kimmy, is gone. Cage can't call his wife. There's no signal. Hattie walks into the cockpit and she loses her shit.
Just hold me. Just hold me.
He says to pull herself together.
Hattie.
He says they need to do their jobs. Needs her to focus so he can fly the plane. Tells her to check the manifest, see how many are missing.
Ray, I'm scared. Aren't you?
I will be. As soon as I have time.
God damn, what a bar. Golden Dumpster nominee.
That's how you know that he's in control of the situation, folks.
Not a bar. I submit to you. I was disappointed.
What?
Because she said, Ray, I'm scared. I would have said, it's Captain Steel. I was like, yes! Land this plane.
Buck is filming the missing seats of the pores in coach. He's narrating as he films. Asks the woman what she saw.
No chance his big black friend got raptured. This dude was asking if he got the drawers or not. Come on, man.
Racist.
I'm just saying, like, these are all non-virtuous people. Well, how does the rapture work?
I mean, I would have expected that out of Mayes or me, but not you, okay?
How does it, no, but like, I'm saying the same way that Kimmy should not have been raptured. Because she's asking, like, so you get the dick yet? Like, she's asking her these questions. I'm like, yo.
She didn't ask, did you get the dick yet?
She absolutely did.
That's not what she said at all.
That's what her line of questioning was going.
I think Amin's trying to say, thou shalt not covet.
Yeah. And these people are coveting. There's some coveting aspects.
There are some covetous people.
No, they weren't coveting. They were inquisitive about other people coveting. They were gossips, but that's not a lack of virtue.
I don't know. The jury's out on this one.
Well, you know who does know? Jesus, who brought those people up to heaven.
Okay. All right. So I'll ask him, I guess, when I see him.
There's a great wide shot of the mall parking lot where we see that the Saab is the only car that got hit by this plane.
Yeah.
And this is one chimney of smoke.
That's how you know God is real. Buck is shooting at the camera. And if you pause and go to camera view, it says ISO 400. And I said, I know what that means now.
Oh, he's got a fantastic DSLR. It's very versatile. You can shoot video on that thing. You can shoot photos. We see the full capability of the low light sensitivity later in the movie.
I believe you.
Also, this woman who's going hysterical about her baby who's 6 months old, whatever. There's a black dude with her. I don't think my man is with her. I think he's just sort of like, let me console you, girl. Because he's behind her and he's trying to wrap arms around her. She's got a ring on her finger. He does not. And then once Buck kind of like stewards her into the first class, my man just gives up and he goes back to the back, looks for his next victim.
Oh my God.
It's April.
Buck is exposition narrating his own footage. Something impossible just took place on this plane.
This is Cameron Williams from PanCon Flight 257.
He's going to have to redub this stuff. I don't know what he thinks he's doing.
People from all over this plane have simply vanished.
People on a scooter ripped the backpack right out of Chloe's hands, and I laughed so hard.
The worst.
Golden Dumpster nominee.
And then the short school bus gets knocked off the bridge above her and gently falls down to the creek.
Bingo bus.
Same note, too. Is that a literal short bus? A bingo bus?
Supercharge that. Supercharge it.
The worst pickpockets ever on a moped. No wonder you didn't get raptured.
It's a 2-man job stealing a kid's backpack.
All of this looting going on like at the mall, and you guys are stealing a backpack off a woman from under a bridge?
You know what I mean? Maybe they stole the scooter.
Yeah, it's true. Maybe they leveling up.
This is just the beginning of their joyride.
Blonde first-class passenger is freaking out.
That's right. It's another edition of Zach Does the Accent.
Well, this is interesting to me because my note here is she and I have the same British accent.
Whenever you're ready.
You need complete silence as I get into character. I need complete silence as I get into character. I need complete silence as I get into character. This isn't it. It can't be. I know what's going on here.
What do you know?
This isn't it.
She runs to the bathroom, takes heroin out of her lipstick.
I thought she was blind.
I knew she was on drugs, but I didn't know it was heroin.
Well, it doesn't help when she says, it's a bad trip. You've had them before. It's not going to last forever.
This has happened before.
You don't get bad trips from heroin. You get bad trips from mushrooms and LSD, folks.
Molly sometimes.
That's why I didn't think it was heroin, because of what she said.
It's like the person who wrote this has never done drugs.
I'm going to smoke a marijuana on this flight. Buck helps her get back to her seat. Her ass is so far on, I can't even believe it.
Strong lead at this point.
And then my next one, wait, did she shoot up heroin?
What's it like to shoot up a bunch of heroin?
Did she write it's not real in lipstick on her hand?
Yes, she did.
He asked the little person what he saw. Saw the same thing you did. Doesn't look any different from down here. Come on.
He's really forcing these jokes.
And now here's the part. You guys are going to get maybe upset or maybe you're going to think this is the greatest note in Cinephobe history. And there is no in between. I realize what the angry little person sounds like. He sounds like Count the Big. Especially when he's angry.
You gotta supercharge that bass. You can't leave that in.
No one even gets this.
It doesn't matter. You can't leave that in.
That means I'm right. Because if I wasn't, Zach would just be like, he doesn't sound anything like him. What are you, ear blind as well?
Ear blind?
Ear blind?
Deaf, you dipshit.
Wow.
You have to supercharge that. You have to.
I can't get over ear blind.
Amplify ear blind, but you have to supercharge the comparison.
Am I right?
I mean, you're not wrong.
The marshal was sitting next to him. Martin has no idea who it is.
All of this somehow. I think I was just still tripping off of the rapture because all of this.
What an amazing sentence.
Was it a bad trip?
It's happened before. The Muslim is praying. The demented woman is still demented.
What is going on with you right now? So many supercharges.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you got it. Chloe runs home and calls home.
Still just running around aimlessly.
Answer machine picks up. It's not Leah. Tries to leave a message for her dumb brother.
Raimi, if you went home and you can hear me right now, I need you to listen, okay? I know you're scared, and I'm scared too, but I really need you to pick up the phone. I need you to let me know you're okay. I need to hear your voice. Hangs up the phone. I love you guys. After she hangs up.
Yeah.
And that's the scene.
This thing is cutting back and forth like 5 heartbeats.
Hattie's doing a head count on the plane. White Muslim guy says they should all be saying a prayer right now.
Prayer to who?
To God.
Whose God? Yours or mine? Just to God. You want to know what I think? No.
I laughed so hard there. You want to know what I think? No.
Here's the other thing I began to realize. I kept waiting for some sort of flaw like gluttony or vanity or whatever. And then I realized, no, the Muslim dude is a good and virtuous dude who's trying to stop people from rushing the cockpit. Like he's doing everything right. Meaning he didn't get raptured simply because he's Muslim.
Simply because he's Muslim, yeah.
Jesus. Literally, Jesus.
Martin does the I'm watching you motion at Hasid.
Cage says they haven't reached the halfway point, so he's turning back to JFK. Be back there in 3 hours. Chloe is just randomly running up to ambulances screaming for her brother. He's clearly not in any of these.
Sees an ambulance. Who's in there?
What is she doing? What does she think happened?
Cage still can't call his wife. Hattie did the head count. Or tried to. Most of them aren't sitting in their seats. He says, let's hope whatever that was doesn't happen again. Alarm on the flight instruments goes off. It's a plane coming their way. Nobody in their cockpit. Tells Hattie to prep the cabin. They're approaching their flight path.
So we have 3 virtuous pilots? No chance. No chance. Like the 2 in the other plane and the one that was his co-pilot.
One of those dudes has to be drunk in each one, right?
Yes, at least.
He just has to climb and they'll be okay. Just climb. Heroin girl is passed the fuck out. Cage is climbing 1,000 feet. He's flying his ass off too, by the way. Their plane's wing just clipped the tail and everything's fine?
Dog.
How is that not a massive destruction?
Just a scratch?
It's a whole sky.
Yeah, he just goes up. He doesn't go left or right.
You can't bank, you can't dive, you can't do nothing.
It's not a fighter jet, but you can do more than what he did.
He just went right for him.
It's not Top Gun. He should have had plenty of airspace and plenty of time to avoid it.
Denzel flew his plane upside down. I'm going to just say that right now.
Well, he was drunk.
That's why Amin respects it so much.
Cage isn't drunk. He's just horny. He's just trying to put it between Hattie's Durhams.
Buck gets up to look out. Oh my God. Buck gets up to look out the window, sees that the engine is damaged. We have been involved in a collision. Charlie 1581 is down. His screens start flickering. It's an emergency situation. Plane down. Search and rescue. There has to be someone out there.
Little person steals the white Muslim's bag, goes through it, and it gets snatched back. And then he pulls out, and we get a bang.
Did he just shoot him?
This is, I don't really know how to describe it in terms of a golden dumpster, but this sequence,
it's phenomenal,
is a complete game changer.
Yeah.
We see Hasid take his hand out. We hear the gunshot. Then we cut to Chloe walking down the street and glass shatters and explodes right in front of her in slow motion as a guy in Timberlands
yes,
and face paint and a mask.
Face paint.
They are in New York.
Comes flying out.
The rapture happened 20 minutes ago.
And the jewelry store owner with shoulder length hair and a cocked shotgun.
No,
he has
no.
uncomfortably long hair.
That is not a jewelry store owner with uncomfortably long hair.
What?
That is none other than Jon Favreau as Happy from Iron Man in Iron Man 3 at the beginning when it's 1999. And Happy has long hair?
Sure, yeah. But he's also looking like Vincent in Pulp Fiction.
Jon Favreau, Iron Man 3. Has a shotgun. He points it at her. She runs away. Back to the flight. And what did the white Muslim guy take out? An electric toothbrush.
Film noir!
Oh, give me a break.
What is wrong with you? You really believe a group of terrorists could develop a weapon like this? We are not talking about the car bomb!
And then we got Han Solo chiming in.
If this was a weapon, it's not from this planet.
What exactly are you saying?
Look, I'm just saying, maybe they were abducted.
Aliens? Come on. Can you believe this guy?
This Asian dude tripping. Then I said, he's been tripping the whole time.
The whole time.
And I didn't write that to be funny. Like, that's literally what my sentiment was at that one. He's been tripping the whole time.
Chloe sees more ambulances, a sign that says the end is near, but near is crossed out, and here is on it. She sees the newscast exposition on GWN. Hattie tells Buck to take a picture of the wing for the captain.
Take some amazingly crispy low light pictures in the middle of night. The wing is so lovely, backlit by the moon. Excellent, excellent framing by Buck.
Chloe's running around the hospital, and I said, is she high? She was hugging him.
Raimi!
How could he be at the hospital?
It's also Black Friday at the hospital.
She shatters a glass door to break into a different part of the hospital. She then climbs on her hands and knees through broken glass?
Yes, and when she crawls in, that's when I made it official. 0 cheeks.
That's when I made it official. Certified.
I had suspicions earlier, but this scene right here was like
investigative journalism.
Final answer.
Buck shows Cage the photo, 6 inches from losing the wing, and the spoiler's gone. Tougher to slow down when they get close to the runway. But JFK is long enough.
Tension?
Good thing we didn't hit the tail. Well, I guess that's our lucky day.
Tension some more?
Chloe goes to the nursery in the hospital, and I wondered, holy shit, is there going to be a baby left there? Some bastard baby?
All right, so I said, no chance all the kids are gone. Some kids are just assholes born with sin in them.
Mom surprises her from behind a curtain by going, oops, pal, surprise. Fucking snatches that thing back.
This lady popped out sad like Mayes in the same situation. All the children are gone everywhere.
Hold that thought, Amin.
Sorry.
They're all gone.
Was I too soon?
Not just the babies, the older kids too. Are you sure? I'm looking for my brother. I heard some doctors talking a while ago. It's not just here, it's everywhere, all over the world. They said no one's seen a single kid since it happened. Easy, Maze. Gage has lost some of the autopilot.
I also imagine Maze getting raptured too and just closing his eyes and backstroking through like millions of...
Jesus Christ.
This vision of heaven is unsurprisingly completely nonsensical. Also, my note is, what is this? The prequel to Children of Men?
Ah, reference. Cage wants Buck to check in the very back if any liquid is spraying out of the wing. Does he have eagle eyes?
Liquid? You mean fuel?
Cage is taking them up another 1,000 feet. Thinner air should give them more range. Also, the controls are locking up a bit.
Perfect.
So much liquid coming out of that wing. Like it's been scouting.
A hysterical woman tells him, we have to go back. Clearly ripping off Lost, just like the heroin addict.
We have to go back!
Asian guy says they're losing fuel. Buck says they have fuel reserves and will be fine. And there is fire coming out of the wing.
Are we on fire?
Like a Fast and the Furious car.
He says, what do we do? And I said, let it burn, let it burn, let it burn.
Buck delivers a mediocre speech about staying calm.
No one is gonna die. Captain's right. As hard as it may be. Tension? We all need to stay calm.
Hattie does an ocular pat down of the wing. Chloe continues to walk the streets.
Just aimlessly walking around. What's she up to? Still nothing.
Cage lets Buck back in the cockpit. He says they're on fire.
Is the wing on fire or the spray on fire?
The spray, it's big.
Spray, I'm disappointed in you.
It'll burn off. But it's fuel. Fuel we need to get home. He does something with a styrofoam cup. He stabs it in 2 places.
If the leak is here on the side or here on the bottom, that's what depends. Let it burn. See what's left.
Chloe is running home and runs by a porch with an old black woman hugging her husband's Copacabana hat.
The fedora that Anthony Faze wears.
Anthony Faze hat. Flame goes out behind the wing. Buck sees it from any angle on that plane, huh? Like, just doesn't matter where he is. He can see that fucking wing perfectly.
I wanted him to stick his head out the window at that point.
Cage says they don't know based on the levels, and he lost the elevators. Can't climb higher. They've begun their descent into New York about 2 hours early. Cage says the only other plane up there was the one that almost hit them. Did he talk to them? Did they lose any passengers? I don't know if they lost any passengers.
But I do know this. There wasn't anyone flying that plane, and I said, ass off.
Buck has a satellite phone as well because he reminds Cade that he's an investigative journalist.
But they aren't satellite phones. They're just iPhones.
That don't have service, by the
Right.
way.
Yes, exactly. If it was a satellite phone, you could make a call.
Thus further proving this isn't a satellite phone.
No, but the satellites got raptured.
Oh, that's true.
Oh, virtuous satellites.
Or they got taken out by people rapturing through the sky.
Honest satellite.
Chloe's purpose the rest of this movie is just finding out people have disappeared.
Yes.
She's useless. She just walks in a house, grabs a bat.
There's a nice close-up of a Jesus fish hanging from a car.
Yes, and then there's a dog on the front lawn, and I said, all dogs don't go to heaven.
The fuck did that dog do to end up staying there?
Racist ass dog.
We're back to the flight. White Muslim asks Buck, what if they're still here? Little person tries to flirt with the heroin addict and she looks away in disgust. What if we can't see them? If they're invisible?
Jeez Louise.
Is invisible any crazier than vanished?
Then Martin licks his finger and tries to touch a ghost.
He tries to give a wet willy to disappeared air marshal.
You out there, bro?
I don't know what's happening here.
Then he dismissively waves his hands in disgust. Chloe's in the house with the bat. Phone rings. It's the alarm company. Cage looks at the Photoshop pic of his family. Then Hattie comes in, and he wants her to get Kimmy's stuff because he needs to know more about her. Chloe walks in on a running empty shower with jewelry on the ground.
The necklace that she gave her mom.
The way you said that reminded me of Martin from Role Models. It was Billy, the pizza delivery guy from the beginning of the story. Come on, guys.
Cage is going through the co-pilot stuff.
Wallet, money, Visa card, whole wallet, all over the shoulder. And finally,
he's tossing everything.
He looks at the watch. The watch.
And I said, what kind of watch is this?
It's a Jesus watch. John 3:16. Film noir.
Chloe checks her phone. She listens to a voicemail from her dad. She grabs her mom's Bible, reads a note of the family names in it, and then she chucks that Bible through the window.
And it falls open on the ground, and the passage highlighted reads, I am wrath.
Well done, Maze.
Hattie brings Nick Kimmy's things. He goes through her day planner, sees a note from the Watcher about Bible study. Off to Bible study in a hurry?
Question mark?
Either I'm going crazy or the entire world is insane.
That doesn't make sense. That is some terrible writing.
He delivers the fuck out of it, but it's horrible writing.
Han Solo wonders if they pass through a wormhole, a wrinkle in the space-time fabric.
I'm done with this dude. Throw him off the plane.
Theoretically, we could be in a different dimension where those people don't even exist, where they never existed.
And before he can dive into this theory more, Jordan Sparks puts everyone's ass onto her body and starts to freak out.
She goes Iron Man Hulkbuster armor in this scene. Stop it! I know what's going on here. How much did they pay you? And then I pulled out my gun.
Well, I was just standing here, and Tom Cruise locked himself in the closet. And I asked myself, why won't Tom Cruise just come out the closet? But nobody has no answers. And so I pull out my gun. Woo! Tell me why Tom Cruise in the closet, or else I'm gonna shoot someone.
I did not know where the gun came from. I said, how the hell did she get a gun on the plane?
The heroin woman, still sitting out of her mind right now, has no idea where she is.
Shut up. Just shut up.
She treats the gun like a talking stick, like the Native Americans do, right? Like if you're talking and then the gun gets pointed at you, then if someone else behind her starts talking, then she's going to turn around. It's like she's holding a microphone.
Eddie wants to know where this is coming from with Nick Cage. He's never spoken about God before. From my wife.
Whoa, Zach, I must confirm. This was the same note too situation.
From my wife?
Making a menage a note, boys. Upgraded to platinum.
My wife.
Addie's upset. Did she think he was single? Divorced?
Single.
I guess because the no ring.
Yeah. They had a U2 concert date.
Sure.
Didn't know that was his daughter at the airport earlier.
That's fair. Buck tells her to point the gun at him, not the little person.
Miss, please, just forget about him, okay? He's an idiot.
I'm an idiot.
But he's not a part of anything.
What about her?
Point that gun at me. Point that gun at me.
Miss Dementia looks surprisingly cogent here.
I want to give ass off to the angry little person because when he says he's an idiot, he pops his head up.
He got real mad, yeah.
Like a prairie dog. He's hiding behind the Asian dude as a human meat shield. After being called an idiot, he pops his head up inquisitively, like, wait a second.
Jordan thinks her husband is trying to take the daughter from him.
Someone knock her out.
Maybe she was drugged, and then they stole the daughter while she was asleep, and they landed the plane. Everybody got paid to lie to her.
And then she says, I should have known he would find a way. And I said, huh? This is why he want to break up with your crazy ass. What kind of logic is that?
It's far too much screen time for someone who is not acting well.
Was Lolo Jones that much worse?
Yes.
What, you think they swapped halfway through?
Lolo, can you take off that blouse and put on this gate agent outfit?
Lolo couldn't do the monologue, so that's why she ended up as the gate agent.
That's when Druggy McHeroin Boob says that she knows where the daughter is.
Oh, damn. That's a way better name. Fuck.
What was yours?
Heroin sunglasses. Heroin Oakleys.
So got him.
Still got that heroin?
You still got that H?
She says, he already thinks I'm crazy. This is after I made the claim that she's crazy. And I was like, yeah, and he was right.
Yeah, look at you.
Second of all, what's her name? Heroin what?
No, Druggy McHeroin Boobs.
Heroin Boobs line in the chat. Zach, go ahead and read it.
I know where she is.
Where?
Where she is.
Okay, then we get into this scene. Chloe goes to a church. It's completely empty.
This convoluted piece of shit.
Pastor Barnes sitting in the front row.
Oh,
the pastor didn't get raptured?
No.
Uh-oh. Guess he must be one of those pastors.
Pastor Barnes counts Cincinnati's pal as one of his parishioners.
Pastor confirms that God did this, just like he promised, in the blink of an eye. Then why are you still here?
That's when I thought it was going to get really uncomfortable. But at the same time, I got very interested. Like, yes, Pastor, why are you still here?
Cut back to the plane. Druggy McHeroin Boobs tells the passengers it's in the Bible. She was sent to summer camp as a kid. Everyone was talking about this.
What?
Everyone?
What the hell?
Little exposition.
Everyone at camp was talking about the rapture?
One summer, that was the summer that everybody talked about the rapture for the whole summer. One day, millions of people were going to just disappear. What else did they say? I don't remember.
Yeah. Are you saying it was the devil?
No, it was God.
Don't tell me you believe this.
They went to heaven. Doesn't matter what he believes.
Jordan Sparks is still using the gun like a microphone, like my man from Public Access in The Golden Child.
Mel Bachman?
Mel Bachman, kind of just back and forth very quickly. That's how she's handling the gun.
She then starts talking about maybe this world would be better off without her, and then she points the gun at her own heart, and I thought, that's the most narcissistic way to shoot yourself. Make sure that the face is still good for the open casket.
She's thinking ahead.
She is an NFL starting quarterback's baby mama. Like, let's be real here.
She asked Buck if he has children. No, I don't. But I did have a mom. She was sick. My dad tried everything. Mommy talk!
Do you have children, Mr. Williams? I got one I'm going to put inside you.
The doctors. The pills. And in the end, it didn't even matter.
Came home from school one day, you found her lying there still. Don't you do that to Katie.
It's not Katie's fault.
She might be out there watching them. What?
Where is she? Where do you think she is?
Talked her out of that one. Nailed it.
She gives up the gun.
Investigative journalist.
Hattie is crying in the cockpit. This is not what Nick Cage wants. Says this isn't about us. It's about the truth. Focus on the truth.
The truth, Ray? Are you serious?
This man is spinning this shit to get out of it.
This isn't about our past. It's about right now. What's happening on this plane right now? What could be happening everywhere right now?
Ass on for Hattie. That's one.
Yeah.
Two, the music is completely ignoring what's going on the screen. At this point, the guy doing the score, he's scoring a different movie. I'm convinced.
He scored it like Jason Segel in Forgetting Sarah Marshall, right? Where he starts doing the Seinfeld theme.
Yeah.
Oh, dark and ominous. Got it.
Come on, man. I got Almond Brothers tickets.
I got to get out of here.
I realized this is Nick Cage's money plane.
Yeah.
Because he's in the same cockpit the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Why? I don't want to see him here. I want to see him do stuff.
What was he going to do? Go fight the Antichrist?
Okay, so how about that for a start?
That's the sequel. That's a sequel that never happened.
Just tease it.
Amin just wants fucking Golden Child again. That's all he wants.
Tease it. Let me see the Antichrist like rallying his troops somewhere.
Amin, the devil didn't do this. It was God. Just like he promised.
Hattie starts immediately fighting him on this. So they're all in heaven. That's your conclusion without speaking to anyone outside the plane. You're going to jump on the first explanation that popped into your head?
For real.
I'm going to jump on Hattie here in a second.
Whoa.
Oh, I'd love to.
Tension.
Irene knew this was coming in such descriptive detail. How could that be possible? The way it happened, the way they disappeared, even the way the clothes were still there. Perfect detail. How could she know that? Think about it. My name's Jeff.
My name is Jeff.
The detail's so descriptive.
She says, think about this. You lied to me about your wife. You lied to your wife about this trip. You lied to your own daughter. Seems you're able to lie to just about everybody in your life. And now you're asking me to find God? I'm like, yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much. We're all going to die.
Yeah.
Even if they hadn't gotten raptured, this is a good time to find God.
Look, your coworker went to Bible study, all right? We got to pick up wherever we can.
I think he was asking you to keep sleeping with him. That's what I think he's asking you to do. Not find God, but find these nuts. I think that's what he's looking for here.
Meanwhile,
Chloe doesn't understand why the preacher's still there.
Clip this whole fucking pastor scene.
I don't understand. You were here every day. You worked here. You preached here.
That's not what counted.
What do you mean?
I knew the words. I could quote them chapter and verse, but that's not enough. You have to believe.
Believe. Believe in what? In a God that killed my father? A God that grabbed my mother and my brother and ripped them out of this world? A God that crashes planes and destroys cities?
He took them to protect them.
From what?
From the darkest time in the history of this world. Persecution, war. And 7 years of darkness, he took them to heaven.
And what about the rest of us? What about me? What am I supposed to do?
It's not about what we do. It's about asking for forgiveness. It's about turning our lives
Stop
over.
it! The God my mother talked about would never do something like this.
Chloe, please, listen to me.
Listen to you. Why should I? You didn't even listen to you.
Pastor Barnes' his ass off in this scene.
Especially when he cries at the end. Once she leaves and he puts his head in his hand.
Chloe, please.
Oh, my God.
I wrote, Chloe, please. Give me some of that sweet tang.
I thought, oh, fuck. This guy might steal ass off from Nick Cage.
This scene was fucking ridiculous.
He's so good at it, though. He's so good at it.
And she's so bad.
Buck brings Cage the gun. Someone from air traffic control finally contacts them. Cage says they're 20 away.
It's Marcus. Marcus is still alive.
Thomas Marcus. Yes, how many Cage lost? It's the whole planet. No one knows how many, but millions.
What about my family? Marcus, can you call my wife?
No, man.
How's your fuel? Just ignore it. Critical.
Fucking rapture hit. You think I'm just going to start making calls for you?
Yeah, baby, I'm horny too.
Planes down everywhere, roads jammed, runways full with birds and nowhere to go. There's no way you're getting to JFK. What about LaGuardia?
Ray, I got raptured. Yeah, baby, I'm horny too.
Yeah. For me, I was just thinking, like, if you're flying to London, you're over the Atlantic, and then you turn around and come back. The flight plan goes up the eastern seaboard, over Greenland, over Iceland, and then comes back down. Meaning, on the way back,
there's so much land.
Buddy, you had Logan, you had Hartford, all of these airports.
You didn't just go straight out and come straight back in. That's not how that works.
No, that's how planes work, guys. Come on. They go straight across.
I'm sorry.
As the plane flies. That's how that expression goes.
And then Chloe just goes for a walk. Nice evening stroll.
She walks more than the people going to Mordor. Like, it's fucking insane.
And then she just decides to climb up the bridge.
Just climb to the top of the bridge.
Just cause.
That is clearly not New York City or any of its environs. More on that in the trivia.
She's in like rural Louisiana at that point.
More on that in the trivia.
You can't let these people go down without letting them have the chance to undo some of their mistakes. He needs to get them to land. Oil Cam Boyd knows the druggy McHeroin boobs.
Yeah, thank you.
They met once at her father's office. He recalls a plastic desk of hers.
This is some grade A poppy talk right here.
What are the odds?
But
what
why?
are the odds? Why? Why does it have to be connected?
And he waited until now to bring it up. You know.
Her accent is insane.
His office has the best of everything, but he's got this little plastic desk like it's the finest piece of furniture in the room.
I love this, though. He says, when people disappeared, I didn't even think of my daughter.
Yep.
Just thought about money and opportunity.
No.
Golden dumpster.
He also reflects on his own daughter, except she's not little. She's married now and never had a desk in my office. Truth is, I was so busy I hardly saw her at all. Poppy talk!
He hopes she's not there when he gets home. Hope she got raptured.
And then she takes his hand and he kisses it. And he's kind of making a campaign for ass off as well.
Yeah.
With this absurd poppy talk monologue.
She's into it, man.
Well, yeah, she's high as fuck on H.
Oh.
Get ready for what happens later with this dude. Someone made out pretty after this.
Cage wants Buck to call Chloe. He's been trying. Hasn't stopped thinking about her since he got on the plane. I can understand that. What?
Yeah.
Calm down, Trump. What do you mean you can't? You can understand why someone would be lusting after your daughter. Cage calls into the tower, says they need a runway.
Listen to me. I have a plane full of people here. I have no spoilers, no flaps, no elevators, and if I run this thing dry, no reverse thrust. I need some room.
Jargon.
Chloe climbs to the top of the bridge ladder. I hope she jumps.
Looks at the moon.
Oh, for Christ's sake.
Looks at the moon, finger guns.
And then she aims her finger at it.
We're jumpers, gent.
We jumped. Buck still can't get Chloe on the phone. He asked, were you with her when she got the concert tickets? I was. What can I say? She was hurt. I love that Nick has no preconceived notions that his daughter went to heaven.
No.
At all. He knows she's alive.
Oh, he knows.
God only knows what she's going through down there. She loves you, Ray. She'll understand.
He gives the ticket envelope.
Can't let that be the last thing we say to each other. The envelope has writing on it. Today is the saddest day of my life.
I did not see when she wrote that.
No, she scribbled for like a half second. She wrote a whole goddamn sentence.
In great handwriting.
Amazing handwriting.
I need her to know this wasn't her mother's fault. It was all mine. Every time Irene mentioned God, I walked away.
Chloe's still on the top of this bridge.
The moon is huge.
What if the plane crashed into the bridge?
Terrible, shaky ass camera work. This is the most shoddily filmed.
I couldn't tell. Was that on a helicopter or a drone?
If it's a drone, it's insanely choppy.
It's the same drone from the mall earlier.
They just attached Buck's camera to it and just like, all right, let's see if we can get this shot.
ISO 800.
Good film speed. You're going to need a higher film speed in the dark, though, just with that moonlight. I mean, she puts on the necklace that she gave her mom. Mom, I don't know if you can hear me, but I just wanted to say, this morning I felt like our family was falling apart and I blamed you and I know that I hurt you and I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
And my ass is on.
You did that so much better than she did. She was about to jump and then her phone rang.
Her phone rings like the Motorola StarTAC back in like 1999. And Mayes, I need you to clip the beginning of the song Super Thug by Noriega.
Hello? Jackson here. Yeah, what? You found Manuel Noriega? In the Philippines? He has a mansion? Okay, we're on it right now.
I remember because when that song came out, I was like, man, I want a StarTAC phone. I just got my first cell phone. It was like a Nokia and it was like a brick and stuff. And the StarTAC kids were cool because it flipped, right? You flip open, it had that ring. Oh my God, what a time.
She asked where her dad is.
No, she asked, who is this?
I love that she has no preconceived notions that her dad went to heaven.
Yep.
At all.
She never thought about calling her dad that whole time.
No.
No, she had to look for Raimi.
She tells him she's okay. Mom and the dummy kid are both done. Mom told me about this.
Both done.
I know she told me too.
They're done.
I love you so much, sweetheart. More than anything in the world.
It's over.
That was an autocorrect. It was an autocorrect.
They're both gone.
But Zach has them as done.
They're done.
You're done, son.
Y'all finished or y'all done? I ain't got no more talking.
Whether it was autocorrect or not isn't important. The message still stands. I'm so sorry I lied to you and I wasn't there today. I just need you to know how much I love you. No matter what happens. I mean, it's not as much as Hattie's titties, but I do love you.
Why are you talking like this?
Tells her the problems with landing and fuel or some shit. I don't know.
And right after he explains it, the call gets dropped.
Chloe starts running down the road. She finds a motorcycle. She knows how to ride it.
She knows how to ride a motorcycle.
Could you just randomly ride a motorcycle?
Did she get uploaded motorcycle training like it's the Matrix?
It's not just that. It's that there are so many cars.
So many.
On the side of the road with doors wide open that she could have jumped in. Nope, takes the motorcycle. Rides off.
Cage addresses the passengers about the gravity of the situation, says to pay attention to the flight crew. You mean Hattie? That's it.
Yeah.
It's just her. Now would be the time to believe in prayer.
Jordan wants to pray with Druggy McHeroin boobs.
Cage says to Bucky has to go for the water, despite what he said. He tries flying into JFK and there isn't room. He'd be flying a 400-ton missile right into Queens.
Oh!
That's the movie I want to see.
A man with the worst wig I've ever seen does the stunt driving for Chloe.
No. I mean, you phobed Armageddon. You dumb fuck.
That terrible movie.
Wait, you phobed Armageddon?
Yes.
Yeah, it was like too long. I stand by it.
Cage keeps trying to call in for assistance. Buck keeps trying to call Chloe. Seatbelt light goes on.
Oh, did you talk about the stunt man?
Yeah, the man with the worst wig I've ever seen does the stunt driving for Chloe through the city. That one? Yeah.
And we saw this road closed sign earlier. Call back.
Hattie tells the people about the life jackets and emergency procedures. Follow all flight crew instructions. You mean yours? You're it?
Yeah.
Chloe gets to a construction site. I don't know what the hell's going on. She's in the truck. She answers her phone. Says the new east-west highway is where they can land. She can clear enough room.
East-west highway.
Guidance system is shot. They can't find it in the dark. And then Buck tells her to use her compass app.
Open up your phone. Go to the compass app.
See those little numbers at the bottom? And then Buck just instantly types that shit in, figures it out, because he's an investigative journalist.
Gage needs a mile of road. She uses the truck to push some porta potties out of the way because that's really going to stop that airplane at 400 miles an hour.
Well, this is so ridiculous. She's just going to knock some cones off and that's it.
Yeah.
Her phone cuts out. She's got to move some heavy equipment. It's slow as shit.
It's a steamroller. Move! Move! Move!
We're going to need every inch she can get us. Tension.
Tension indeed.
Yeah, he says he can still land, but they have no thrust, just brakes, so they'll need every inch. The white Muslim goes to comfort Mama Dementia.
This is hardly the time to get some ass, my guy.
Especially that one. Go for Druggy McHeroin boobs.
No, you know she's about it, man.
No, she's taken. She's taken by Tillman Fertitta.
Tillman Fertitta has her, but we also know that Mama Dementia had a heyday, so.
For all you know, she ran over a drifter in 1940. Like, what are you talking about?
Nah, man.
Nah, man.
The knowing tone of that voice.
Maze, clip it.
You're lying.
I ain't lying.
White man bird. All right, Chloe's clearing more out. She's trying to call back.
Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, this is the worst thing I've ever read.
Oh, no.
We can't see. Like, we know where the coordinates are, but I don't know where the start is. She said, I'm flashing my brights. And I said, are you out of your fucking mind, you dumb fucking bitch?
Oh, my God.
I got
Here's the thing. I mean, it's not just that she flashes them and the truck is looking directly into a barricade.
The wrong direction.
You can't see that reflection?
And my favorite thing is that Cage turns to my man and says, I don't want her to think it's her fault.
That's not long enough.
I know my daughter is also a bingo.
We're about to die. We're a family of bingos. All right, she grabs a lighter. Buck says there isn't enough room. All right, she's pouring gasoline on the ground and all over everything. Cage can't see anything. She drops the lighter on the gasoline. Something explodes, and they point the plane towards the explosion.
No. She tosses the lighter on her hood, and then it starts the fire on her hood, and then it goes to the other fire, and her car is fine.
Then she drives off.
James Spader then chases her.
Buck sees the burst of flame and Nick turns the plane immediately. They're perfectly lined up.
Now the plane is agile like Kevin Durant. Got it.
Oh, easy mode.
Why is she clearing pylons off the road? It's a fucking commercial plane.
And then, while distracted, she solidifies her position.
The Helen Hunts.
As the Helen Hunt driver of the month by crashing this truck into, I'm not sure what.
I have no idea.
She just went off the road a little bit.
I think it was just a little mound of dirt.
And then Cage clips a power line.
We might have lost the landing gear. And Buck just goes, huh? Great back and forth. Dynamite drop in, Buck.
Banter.
Good job. She's still on the phone. She tells him he has no left wheel.
He doesn't go over the fire. He goes through the fire.
He doesn't hit her truck. So I don't know what the point of that whole thing was. It cuts open a hole in maybe a water tank, or maybe that's a fuel tank on the ground. I don't know.
Who knows? Yeah, some shit.
I want Amin to apologize to the movie knowing for the CGI remarks, because this is so much worse. Flay just barely stops right before a massive fuel tanker she never thought to move.
There's a breeze inside the cabin as this plane is crashing.
Seatbelt light goes off.
Just in first class, though.
Hattie starts yelling at everybody to get off the plane. Fire line blows up something else. Hattie drops down the slide. Chloe's running toward the plane.
Slow motion running in front of a huge explosion.
Did she ask him to help her get off? I don't know what that note is.
Nor I.
The slide.
Yeah.
Is what you meant.
They all get off the plane. Chloe has been in a dead sprint for about a half mile, like the fucking Terminator, the T-1000 sprinting after John Connor. She embraces Buck.
And then Hasid kicks Martin down the slide.
And I just, like...
Cage does a little swaggy jump onto the slide.
Yo, man, he fucking nailed that thing right there.
And then everybody's standing around, hugging each other and shit. Like, wow, that was crazy.
What are they doing?
We see a wide shot of the plane. The door is 4 feet high. The slide is flat.
She gives it the wedding rings. Buck says it looks like the end of the world. Chloe says, not yet. I'm afraid it's just the beginning. And I wrote, sequel?
Hold on.
You skipped some stuff here.
What did I skip?
You skipped the part where Hattie is giving Nick Cage an immense amount of attitude. I says, why do you have an attitude? He just saved your fucking life, you little...
Okay.
Whoa!
All right.
Whoa!
I didn't really feel a need to
Supercharged
double back for that.
Good Lord.
But it should work out for those two crazy kids because his wife's raptured now.
That's true.
Yeah, I mean, she's gone. She's out of the picture.
Single wedding to mingle.
And then we get a shot of our guy, Tillman Fertitta. He's got druggy McHeroin boobs and Jordan Sparks hugged up on him.
Oh, man.
Yeah, he does.
Pimpin'.
Can you feel the tension in the air right now? I know I can. I can feel it all the way down in my plums.
And we end with a Bible passage. But of that day and that hour knoweth no man.
Mark 13:32.
Roll credits.
Trivia. Nicolas Cage's brother Mark, who is a priest, is a big fan of the novel and asked Cage to star in the movie as a favor to him.
Unbelievable.
I am the son of a pastor.
Left Behind authors Tim LaHaye and Jerry B. Jenkins, along with their families, were given an advanced screening of a rough cut of the movie on January 31st, 2014. Afterwards, LaHaye was quoted as saying, "It is the best movie I have ever seen on the Rapture." Jenkins was quoted, "I believe it does justice to the novel and will renew interest in the entire series."
Famous last words.
I mean, I've got interest.
Is this the greatest movie about the rapture?
No, this is the end.
Okay, thank you.
Tia Mowry Hardrict of Tia and Tamara was previously attached to the film in the role of Shasta.
Yeah, sister.
Shasta.
It was later replaced by Jordan Sparks Thomas. That was her name, Shasta.
None of the names were like Hasid. All these names you guys kept yelling. Nobody mattered. No one was addressed by name other than Hattie, Buck.
Excuse me. I feel like you're disrespecting legendary quarterback PK Carvel. Ashley Tisdale was previously attached to the film as Chloe Steele.
Who?
She's like a Disney Channel star.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And production was delayed from March to August. So that's 5 months as producers waited till the last minute to recast her in case her schedule changed. And that's how we ended up with Cassie Thompson as Chloe.
She was trying to pursue another opportunity on television. So literally she was like waiting to see if she got the other job in order to say yes or no.
It can't have been that hard to delay her scenes because all she does is run around.
I read Ashley Tisdale and I was like, isn't that the plus size model? And then I Googled and like, nope, that's Ashley Graham. Sorry.
Although Leah Thompson's and Nicolas Cage's characters are married in the film, the two never share a scene together. Because of the general critical panning and the box office failure this movie was inaccurate. It seemed to make a lot of money according to those fake-ass numbers from the beginning.
Wow.
The producers decided to finance the sequel in an Indiegogo campaign simply titled, Help Us Make Left Behind 2.
Electric Boogaloo.
The campaign received $80,699 out of the $500,000 asked for.
Oh, that's fucked up. Guys, actually, should we try to invest in this?
No.
Try to get them to bring it back?
Well, no.
We could be producers.
I'd rather invest in the video game.
You know what, Zach? Leave me behind when you go to do that.
Yeah.
2 left, 2 behind.
The end credit song, I Wish We All Were Ready, was from another Rapture-based series called A Thief in the Night, made in 1972.
What?
And this is the second time Nicolas Cage has saved a plane. The first time was in Con Air.
True.
And the second time he is a father left behind while his son is saved.
Knowing.
The first time was in Knowing.
Yeah.
You know who would have loved Knowing? Han Solo.
He would have been all over that shit.
He's a big time Warp movie fan.
The scenes in Queens were, surprise, surprise, shot in Baton Rouge.
What?
When Zach said rural Louisiana, I was like,
shit, that was pretty dead on.
Bullseye. Bullseye. The set for the fateful PanCon Flight 257 that was in the air while the rapture occurred is the same one that was used for Oceanic Airline Flight 815 and the hit TV series Lost.
Lots of Lost connections here for sure.
Shasta got a gun from the air marshal on the plane after he vanished. We see his empty holster on the seat a number of times. Rayford, I don't know who Rayford is, later tells Buck, I forgot all about him.
Captain Rayford Steele?
Yeah, it's the captain.
Oh, that's his name? Oh, okay.
There's a video game. I highly recommend you pausing this podcast right now and going and watching the trailer. Just type in Left Behind video game, in which you can either choose to be on the side of God or on the side of the Antichrist.
Isn't that the same plot as the video game in Future Cinephobe Grandma's Boy?
I think so.
Maybe he's just a demon in that. Maybe there's no good guy.
Yeah, it might just be a demon that looks like the Predator. But these are a couple of quotes that the Discord found. Representatives of the game company have responded to the game's message is pacifist because shooting non-believers instead of converting them costs the player spirit points, which can be recovered by pausing to pray. In addition, many reviews criticize the game for allegedly promoting sexism, bigotry, and religious warfare, and the option to play on the side of the Antichrist in a Christian video game. The company also responded to these criticisms in an online newsletter, stating there is no violence, only conflict, and the most successful way to fight is through the means of spiritual warfare, prayer, and worship.
So that's the part that they sold me. You could play as the Antichrist? Oh my God, man.
We gotta get this.
That's gotta be the greatest video game ever. I need a copy.
Let's show them who the horsemen are, guys.
Yeah, we got soul.
Five Horsemen, film noir, made a pretty strong push here.
Okay, I'm willing to listen to other options. I'm gonna be open-minded here.
What do you got?
Film noir. Because I had no idea because she's like, I'm like, what is this movie about? And
The fact that you got film noired by The Rapture does not apply to me and Zach.
It's absolutely stunning.
It definitely doesn't apply for Zach because he watched this
He's seen it before.
I've seen this twice.
He watched this movie on vacation.
On Christmas.
There's a bunch of film noirs.
Yeah, I don't think Amin's film noir applies here, but I still think it's film noir.
That just kind of is like the cherry on top.
Yeah, I agree.
I wish we had been live watching this together because the moment when I went kid, I'm like, I started dying. Man.
What did you think happened?
No, I knew as soon as he disappeared.
I like that your friend said, "Oh, the movie about the rapture." You're like, "No, not that one."
And I'm like, "No, what?" Because I thought there were pets involved at some point.
This whole time you're just waiting for talking pets to come out.
Yeah.
Breathe in through nose, out the mouth.
Ass on, ass off.
Teddy Rex, Moosey Teddy Rex. Teddy Rex, Moosey Teddy Rex.
Ass on, fuck it, ass off. Ass on, fuck it, ass off.
Ass on. Besides everyone, I think we need to call special attention to Jordan Sparks as Shasta Carvel for the absolute torrid monologue she sets off on with the gun when she pulls out her gun. But then also we've got Cassie Thompson as Chloe Steele just aimlessly running around for 45 minutes, frantically calling her own voicemail, just acting an absolute fool. I think it's between those two.
Her brother has to be in there. Why? Why have her ride a motorcycle and then have to hire a stuntman to wear a wig and ride it for her when she could have just been in a car?
In a truck. She could have found the truck on the side of the road.
I don't know. I don't have a good answer for you on that. You want Major Dodson as Raimi Steele to be a nominee as well?
He was terrible. Him delivering that line about the baseball glove, clip it in right now.
The brand new baseball glove that I've been asking for. No way.
What about Druggy McHeroin Boob?
No, she had a horrible accent, but I loved her.
What about Mama Dimension?
Mama. No, I believe she had dementia. I can't give it to her. She might be ass off.
What about Hattie?
Hattie's pretty bad, man.
No, she's not as bad as everybody else.
I have to admit, I was just distracted by Hattie the whole time.
I mean, I kind of just want to have the name Major Dodson as Raimi Steele in the spreadsheet.
Sold.
Major bingo.
Carl Weathers Memorial Ass Off Award. We got Gary Grubbs as Denise Beast. We got Lance E. Nichols as Pastor Bruce Barnes. We've got Nick Cage once again in a movie where he is the best actor by such a long shot.
It's not even close.
He could just show up and be better as Captain Rayford Steele.
What about
supercharge that?
God damn it.
Does he not make the list?
I mean, I gotta get out of here.
Yeah.
I got Allman Brothers tickets.
Okay.
I'm giving it to Nick Cage.
Give it a Cage.
Once again.
Sorry, Pastor Brown.
Yeah, he was great. Honorable mention.
Pastor Brown, you might be coming up right about now in the golden dumpster category.
Cassie, please.
You're good at keeping secrets?
Absolutely.
Because I've got a present for you. Secret present outside by the dumpster.
Is it a baseball mitt?
To fit you like a baseball mitt, like a glove. I hope.
Golden dumpster nominees. We've got Buck eating a plain bagel.
Struggling through it.
So offensive. The Vespa drive-by bag snatchers under the bridge. In the Chloe Preacher exchange, listen to you. Why should I? You didn't even listen to you. And then Hasid kicking Martin the little person onto the slide that's 4 feet off the ground. Amin, what's your golden dumpster?
I'm going off the board. I'm going with, I won't say it again in the interest of time, but as he's trying to put the pen back in his pocket and failing. Because I know they didn't mean to do that, but like they just kept it in.
I'm going to say, I'm going off the board too. The time where he tells her to check the manifest, see how many are missing. She says, Ray, I'm scared, aren't you? I will be as soon as I have time. I love that line.
While the plain bagel, as we're going through it, really does bother me a tremendous amount, I am going to go with listen to you. Why should I? You didn't even listen to you. It's to commemorate that ridiculous scene between the preacher and Chloe.
Forgot about the 400-ton missile headed to Queens.
The movie you wanted to see.
Yeah, the movie I wanted to see. That was a good one, too.
Zach, you picked it, motherfucker, for the 3rd straight episode.
Motherfucker. I like that.
No, 2 out of 3.
We got to put you on timeout or something, man. We got to suspend your picking privileges.
Second time I've seen this. First time was for the holidays. I've forgotten almost everything that happened in the movie. Let me tell you this, okay? I normally would file this movie. I normally would. But I can't.
Why not?
Simply because, as an honest podcaster, I want to file it, but I won't because my desire to file it is not as high as my desire to keep this at 2% total. And I'm afraid that if we get approved to be reviews on Rotten Tomatoes, that they're going to see this and we're going to push that thing to 1%.
What a fraudulent Fraud City DJ's justification.
Not fraud. I'm telling you my honest opinion.
Zach, if we get approved, the Cinephobe official review is either 1, 2, or 3. And if it's less than 2, that means it's a phobe, even if you are the 1.
Oh, is that how that works?
Yes. It won't be each individually. It's Cinephobe, the Cinephobe podcast.
Oh.
Cinephobe staff.
Well, I can't risk it because you guys might like this. You know what? I'll phobe it for now. How about that?
What?
Amin?
Fuck that.
Amin?
Yeah. I don't need to. Like, it's pretty obvious. It's He's the phobe.
This movie's insanely long. It's got some of the worst dialogue we've had in a while. It's got some truly atrocious performances all over the board. It's a slam dunk easy phobe. It's a 2% combined movie, guys.
Quick question. Better acting. 2% combined. That's amazing.
I like my Left Behind like I like my milk. 2%.
So, better acting, this or Troll 2?
Oh, this. I mean, Cage. Come on, man.
Remove Cage.
And we didn't talk about Chad Michael Murray, but he has moments where he's ass off. They're not common.
His eyebrows are working, yeah.
But then he also has some moments where he's extremely ass on. So he's kind of a streak actor. But Nick Cage by himself acts more than anybody in Troll 2.
Make sure you send in your Phober files, your golden dumpsters, your 4 horsemen, your ass on, ass off. Patreon.com/countthedings to get in the Discord.
5 horsemen.
5 horsemen, sorry.
The 4 horsemen is 5 horsemen.
At Talk Hoops, at Darth Amin, at Corn Puzzle. Guys, who wants the next pick?
It's Mayes.
All right, I'm going to do the movie that I debated picking instead of Kiss of Death all the way back in last January. It's a movie that is available on a free trial within Amazon Prime for a service known as the Movie Sphere. And it is Deadfall from 1993.
Okay. All right, I see we're getting serious.
You just splooged all over himself.
I sure did. You're in for a treat.
Next time we make love, you introduce me to Jade.